Whoops. Are we streaming though?
Yeah, it's coming up. Should be coming up.
We are on the internet. We're live.
Oh my God,
blasting
oh my God,
out
oh my God.
to remember the potential billions.
All right, we're on.
Cool.
All right, remember, no intro music. So,
I remember. I am
ready?
all good.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2.
Welcome to Big Week in Gaming podcast. And what do you know? It's been a big week in gaming. Kinda. But it's a big week for us because I'm Swinny for this 100th episode on Sunday the 16th of October 2022. In this week's show, the Meta Quest Pro is finally revealed and it costs a bloody fortune. Nvidia unlaunches one of their latest graphics cards. Impressions of the beautifully disgusting horror puzzler Scorn. And we celebrate 100 episodes of Bigwig.
Oh my God.
If you'd like to support the show, we'd love to get you to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. If you're a mega fan, come join us on the Discord. All the links are in the description below or at bigwigpod.com. We've got our executive amiibo file intergot.
Hello. I'm at a disaster if you're watching the video. Go on.
And our resident Dave Grohl doppelganger, Mike.
Hello.
Yes, I'm not repeating. I actually didn't see what you wrote in there, Mike, because I don't need to look at my notes.
Yeah, well, because you know my name's Mike.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that dedication.
Nice. Indigot with the sign that he can't turn on.
Yeah, don't
because
turn
it's
it on.
too bright. It's too bright.
Brighter than the sun. Ah!
It looks okay.
Actually, that looks pretty good. That looks
Closer
pretty
to the
good.
camera, it's fine. Although,
looks pretty
yeah, I was about to say it's one space. It's
One
really nice
space.
Nice.
Oh,
It's done. It's done.
100
awesome.
episodes. So, Mike, I know you
Holy
weren't
moly.
there for since the very beginning, but I think you joined I don't know, in the late
Early-ish.
teens or something like that.
Feels
So
like the late teens, yeah.
yeah. So, how are you feeling about 100 episodes, Mike?
Wow. That's nearly 2 years worth of talking shit about games. I don't
What
know,
happened to
just
our
weird.
lives?
It's weird when you put it that way. Yeah, what happened to our lives? Well, I know, yeah, wow. I don't know, I'm speechless. I think it's really cool. I'm not good at committing or doing anything for a prolonged period of time, so this is kind of weird and cool.
It's
In
insane.
a good way.
It's insane to think because time is just weird because of the whole pandemic, right? But it simultaneously feels like it's been 100 episodes, but also at the same time not. It's like in my head I can't reconcile the fact that part of me is like we've been doing this show for bloody ever, and the other part's like wow, that went quick. So
Yeah. Mike has been doing the podcast for so long. I'm trying to find exactly what episode. I think it might have been episode 19 or 18 or something.
it was the episode that, and well, I'm trying to remember the title off the top of my head, but it was the one where he crapped on Mortal Kombat when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Ah.
He has the power to end it all, or something like that. So it was he talked about Hades. He talked about Hades. Like that's in my memory. I can still remember that bloody episode because I listened to it in the hospital, thinking,
Yeah.
Mike,
It was episode
you can't
13.
crap on all the new.
It's episode 13, right? So I don't know about you, Swinny, but it's still like this weird thing of like Mike is kind of new to the
Yeah,
show.
it doesn't feel like I've been here for basically most
He's
of
been here
it.
for 87 episodes.
What
Like,
the heck?
theoretically, he didn't go there. That's like
Well,
funny.
But he didn't join us as an official third host until a little bit after, like maybe 3 episodes after that or something. Like,
Yeah. He didn't join our LLC. I like how you make it sound so official. He didn't join our official. He wasn't an
he
official
wasn't.
host.
Wasn't.
We didn't put it in the Wikipedia article as the official host.
Man, I'd love to be the editor of a Wikipedia. Just screw Wikipedia. Do a wiki about the show. The most this
Oh,
whole
gosh,
episode
wow.
is going to be self-indulgent. Just a heads
Oh,
up,
yeah,
people.
yeah. Avoid
Completely self-indulgent.
if this is the first episode you've watched.
But to manage your own wiki would be the most what's the term I wrote in the description for the show?
Dunno.
Self-celabratory, which sounds dirty.
Self-conflagratory or whatever it's called.
Celebratory. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that word.
Yeah, it reminds me
like
of the
it,
word. Have you ever heard of the word self-cessed?
Ugh.
So it's a word like whenever, if
Sounds
you spend
horrible.
enough time on Reddit, that you always see these hypothetical situations where it's like, if you, in a situation where you had a clone, would you have sex with your clone? And that's what self-cest is.
Ah, nah, I wouldn't.
Oh, look, 100%. Man, you couldn't be far enough away from my clone.
But I mean, isn't that question already answered with identical twins?
Well,
would
I
you
mean,
have-
it's not
I mean,
self,
Yeah, but
but
their
it's
DNA
close
is the same,
enough.
right?
It's close enough.
Yeah, I
I
think.
guess
But,
it would
but that's
be.
got another term, isn't that twincest?
I don't, dude. You seem to be very
Man,
involved
the
in the
internet,
You there.
man,
asterisk.
I am distorted by the internet.
I agree.
I am very distorted.
I agree. You're coming at a very low bit rate to my video feed, so you are distorted. Aha! Hey, because we got to get the show moving because we are going to be
let's
very
go.
self-indulgent. Before we start, I did want to ask a very dumb question.
Okay.
So it's around toilet paper, right? Number one, well, I got to get some parameters involved here. Do you guys buy 1-ply, 2-ply, or 3-ply?
I think
funny.
2-ply, but I like
Two-ply?
buying. I like buying the.
But do you get good quality, or do you try to
Yeah.
get cheaper?
No. So the reason why it's limited, I think it's generally 2-ply, is because I like to buy the big rolls because it's just less annoying to have to like run out of toilet paper. And I think they're pretty limited. Like you can generally only get them in like 1 or 2-ply. You can't get them in 3-ply.
Okay, how about you, Mike? How about you, Mike?
We use the Who Gives a Crap stuff, which I think is for charity.
Yeah, it's a brand.
100% recycled toilet paper.
But is it 2-ply or 3-ply? I don't give a fuck about it. It's
No
environmental
idea.
message.
I don't know. I just know it helps poor kids.
But is it
in
really
need.
bad quality or is it good quality?
No,
No, so-
4 kids by wiping your ass.
Basically.
Like this analogy.
Well, I don't know. It is so. Where does it go to?
Oh, just
Anyway,
Ba-
so I don't know because
Okay.
the first batch that we got, I think was 2-ply and was really bad. And I'm like, I'm
Oh,
never getting
okay.
this. I don't give a shit about the kids. And then the second batch we
Pardon the
ordered
pun.
was some sort of, I don't know, bamboo stuff. And
An
that was
easy
pretty
way to
good.
probably remember off the top of your head, Mike, is when you go to like start a new roll, and sometimes you know how it screws and it rips.
Yeah.
You have to then like keep going to because there's 2-ply and it's like really annoying. Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
ripped at
Does
the
it
start.
separate?
That's
Man,
like
I
if you
not
ever
had
have that
for
issue,
so long. I know the
then it-
issue, but I haven't.
then it
had
might
for
be
so long.
1-ply. Then it might be 1-ply.
No, I reckon it's at least 2-ply.
I like
It's
how
gotta
this
be at
is the
least
most
2-ply.
fucking.
It's good.
This
It's
is in my
good.
head 2 seconds to answer 2-ply or 3-ply, 2-ply, 3-ply.
Well, I
And it's
don't
like
know.
5-minute conversation.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
So- it
the
was
question
good,
that I
but anyway.
have is
Yeah.
because I'll tell you the situation I confronted. I was in the toilet just before, right?
Okay.
And
Exciting.
I'm like, oh, the toilet roll's a bit skinny, right? And I need some toilet paper here, right? I'm like, oh, okay. And then I look to the side and I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of rolls. There's no rolls at all. And I've got like, I'm counting the squares remaining.
Oh, I see.
right?
I see where this went.
So my question to you guys is, like, do you fold the toilet paper or do you scrunch? Are you a folder or a
I use
scruncher?
my hand. Oh, I fold.
You're a folder, right?
Yeah, I
How about you,
fold.
Swinny?
I'm a scruncher.
You scrunch
You're
it.
a
I find it
scruncher.
fascinating
By the-
that people are
by-
scrunchers.
How does it
but-
work by,
By the
scrunching?
way-
I don't understand.
People are
How can you
scrunchers.
scrunch it?
There are a
By
lot
the
of
way,
scrunchers
Mike,
out there.
What? You just
Who-
like go.
Yeah,
and
they
then
just rip
like-
it up and.
By the way, Mike, who gives a crap is 3-ply.
It's 3-ply. Oh,
Frankly,
there you go.
at least the ones that are
good to
listed on
know.
their website. You know
is
what's
good to
weird
know.
about this whole thing is no joke. I went to the toilet before the show, and I've got 1 toilet roll left, and I'm thinking maybe I can bring this up in the show to say, oh man, like I'm down to my last roll, like it's danger zone. I
Wow,
was thinking in
this,
my head, should I bring that up? I'm like, nah, that's
Show's going down the
that's
toilet.
pointless to bring up. And then your question is fucking toilet rolls.
So I literally had like 10 pieces, or well, like it was about 10.
Single plies that you took apart,
Like
or
single
10 double
pieces,
ply,
right?
triple ply pieces. Okay.
But the thing that I did, it was more than that actually. It would have been like 14, right? My question to you guys is, in that situation, would you start to just go to 1 piece at a time, or would you still fold?
I'd still fold, and then I'd use my hand if there's anything left.
Dude, I folded as well. I was like, I'm like,
Yeah,
what am I
fold.
doing? But
Yeah.
mentally, I couldn't not fold. I couldn't not fold. And then I got to the last 3 pieces, and I'm like, I might have to go to 1 a piece at this stage.
Wow, I've never scrunched. I don't think I've ever scrunched in my whole. I didn't even
Yeah,
know there was
scrunch
a
is
thing.
a big thing. Yeah. A lot of people scrunch.
Wow, because no one teaches you that. No one teaches you how to wipe your ass.
Do you know what's also
know-
interesting? Having kids, like them going to the front or back. I didn't even know that was a thing as well.
Huh?
Some people go to the front, some people go to the back.
Like you mean like
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
I couldn't reach
This is the
that
100
way.
episodes of
But
this
yeah,
stuff.
wow.
You know-
that's fascinating.
You
I
know
didn't
what's wild to me is we're talking before about the whole like time and pandemic. Just remember, like it was only like 18 months, maybe, or maybe 20 months ago, where it was actually hard to find toilet paper. because
in Australia
idiots,
was the worst,
idiots
yeah.
were like just being crazy
Hoarding
and buying it up to the point where you're like, shit, what am I going to do? Like, if I have to have a shit, it's like, fuck, there's no toilet paper in the goddamn
Yeah, and then other
house.
people are hoarding it like crazy.
Oh man,
But you couldn't even get any other form of paper. You couldn't get tissues or anything either.
no, toilet. You couldn't get bloody paper towels.
I can't remember if I mentioned it on the show, but I remember because we have a cleaner who comes, right? And we buy a Costco toilet paper. So it's like, it's 3-ply, I think, but it's huge, like, pallet of it, right? And we had bought 2 of those previously anyway, right? Pandemic hits, toilet paper shortage. And then I'm like stressing. I'm like, should I hide this toilet paper? Because it looks like we're hoarding it. But we'd already bought it before the shortage, right? But I could imagine that I had this image in my head of like this cleaner taking a shot, like, and putting it on social media or something. I'm like, I don't want to be like one of those people lynched accidentally. Because, you know, I'm hoarding when I wasn't even hoarding. So didn't happen. Anyway, let's move on to... I like how I've just taken over the hosting duties, by the way.
No,
Going back to you, Swinny. I just want to get on with it.
you're first. Talk about the games.
I know, but that's why I needed you to throw to me. So yeah, I've been playing Splatoon 3. I'm in like a groove on this game, like playing Salmon Run. I'm even checking. I downloaded. This is how insane I've gotten. I downloaded the Nintendo app because it tells you the schedule of like Salmon Run, like the rotations and all that stuff. Because you can get like bonuses and all this other stuff. So super enjoying that. Getting pretty close to beating Picross S2, and then also playing it on the game, the Analog Pocket, the Game Boy one, on the train. And the other game I'm playing, and I feel very bad to not know if you guys have played this game, given that we do a podcast. But I started playing Tunic.
Have spoken about it before.
Oh, you have?
I've talked about it on the show.
Oh, jeez, I like got a
What do you
bad
think of it?
memory. I love this game, man. I love it. Like, I feel like it's very much shaping up as being one of the Game of the Year contenders. I felt like, for me, it was like, it seems so much like Death's Door. So I didn't really bother with it too much. But I'm like, I'll give it an hour. And I was like hooked. Like, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. Have you guys both beaten it?
No, I haven't been it.
Okay.
No, I'm actually not a big fan of the game. There's stuff that I know is cool about the game that I've yet to see, of course, but I didn't like the combat in the game at all. I felt it was just for, like, at its default kind of difficulty, because I know you can put, like, some assist mode and stuff on. I just felt it was just too punishing for the kind of game it was. It just felt like it didn't feel fun to me. But the world and everything, I love all that stuff, and I love the whole manual thing that like gives this air of mystery and things like that. But I just never clicked with the combat. So every time I've tried to go back to it, I've struggled to get back into it. So
That's so interesting. Because, yeah, I like, you know, it's such an obvious love child of, like, The Legend of Zelda and very much the top-down, you know, Link to the Past style Zelda plus Dark Souls. And, yeah, I know nothing about this game at all. Like, and I'm refusing to see anything. I only know people talking about it and some of the the high-level mechanics. But, you know, learning it all through the manual and everything's so cool. But, yeah, okay, that's interesting. I know that people are saying it's a bit too hard. I think it's not too bad so far, but I'm not sure if that's just because I've uncovered some stuff in the game that's, like, helped me. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's not as punishing in that way. But, yeah, okay, interesting.
I've talked about this with other games. Because, remind me, it does have a stamina meter, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And it feels like, to me, that felt like a mechanic from Dark Souls that it shouldn't have adopted. It just didn't feel like it needed it, personally. But,
okay.
I mean, look, people love this game, so I'm obviously one of probably the exceptions on this, but I just felt like I loved everything else about it, and maybe if I go back to it, it will kind of, you know, I'll get past that part and start to love that part of the game. But, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I would say about the game is you almost got to be more in a retro mindset with it, because it's really trying to be a bit esoteric with some of the puzzles. Like, you know, the really annoying puzzles back on the NES where it's like you pretty much had to read Nintendo Power to figure it out. Like I'm looking through the manual, like going, wait, it's got like this little handwritten note, and then like working backwards, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I figure it out. I'm like, oh, that's such bullshit. Like, but it's kind of like okay because
cool.
I have accepted that's the style of the game. But okay, interesting. I will really try hard to get through this game because I'm really loving it. But it's way bigger than I thought it was. Like I was getting through a part of it, and then I'm like, oh, there's a whole bunch more to this game. Like almost like a Dark Souls moment, like an Olondo. I'm like, oh shit, okay, there's heaps more to this game. So. Okay, that's interesting. And Mike, did you get through it all, or did you give it up as well? Okay,
I gave it up, but not because I didn't like it. I gave it up just because it was the other stuff that I had to play.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But it was always one of those I want to go back to it. Maybe on the Switch, because it is on Switch as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
30.
I think it'd be awesome on the Switch. It'd be perfect on the Switch. I reckon.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Last thing before I throw to you, Mike, that I heard that Gotham Knights is actually going to run at 30 locked on PS5.
Such a load
Wow,
of
even on
shit,
PS5.
man.
And you know how last week,
Damn.
boys, I said like I'm canceling the pre-order. I'm like, thank God I did that, right? Because that is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. And no wonder it's not releasing on PS4 if they're running at 30 frames on PS5. But
And
that's
PS5 on Series X as well as PS5.
Yeah.
It's like
that's embarrassing, man.
Yeah, and their reasoning for obviously PR's PR. It's always going to bullshit. But them saying, oh well, to achieve what we want to achieve in this co-op world, it's like fucking other games have managed to do it. Like seriously,
Who's asking for a co-op world as well?
Yeah. So I
it's
just
very bizarre.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think that's we'll try it on Game Pass game when it comes to it eventually, because I do not think I'll be buying that game. That's for sure. All right, Mike, what have you been playing?
Playing/doing. So just quickly, what I've been doing, because I had this sitting on my desk. So my girlfriend sheds a lot. She sheds her hair just about everywhere, and she also, I think she sheds a lot in the shower because the shower's clogged now. And I've tried everything, and I've had time to do it. But
I'm sure it's a common term, but I've never heard of someone refer to another human being as shedding.
No,
What-
that's
what's
an
the
animal
term
term.
for it? What is the term for it? She sheds. She loses hair.
No, but you just have to
Look at
say
this.
she loses her hair
She sheds.
in the shower. You don't. I don't know if you want to
Anyway,
show it on the screen.
It might be the technical word
collected a
for
bunch
it,
of
but
her
just
hair.
no one ever says it.
I collected a bunch of her hair, both from the shower and from like other parts, and I made a little voodoo doll of her.
Wait,
So that was my week.
Indigo, did you hear that? You walked away. Did you hear that? I cannot move past this until he comes back.
Nah, it's too late now. So what else have I been doing? Where did he go anyway? Oh, he's
Hey.
back.
Did you, Indigo? Did you hear what he just talked about?
No, I had to. I almost had
Did you have to?
a BBC guy moment where the kid runs into the room, like knocking on the door.
I can't move
naked.
past it, Mike. Can
Oh,
you?
what happened?
Can you just?
What did I miss?
Can you just show him
What is the
what?
chat saying?
what you just showed me? He was talking. Okay,
Like, the little
what,
voodoo doll I made.
What?
I've been collecting her hair, and I made a little voodoo doll of her.
That's not real. That's not hair, is it?
Yeah, I'll take a
That's
proper photo and I'll
fucked
send
up,
it to you.
dude. Even for you, that's fucked up. That is like some.
She leaves it all,
fucking-
dude. It wasn't just from the shower and shit. She leaves clumps everywhere. I think she's just stressed out and like she like
this is
takes
not
it out,
good
she
language
comes
to
it out,
use.
then forgets about it, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start collecting it and see how much I can get. This is probably only
Jesus
about
fucking
like
Christ.
a month worth of it. That's it.
Well,
And I
we've
wasn't
already,
even stringently collecting. So
we've already got show titles in the running now. Shedding girlfriend, clumps of hair voodoo
Alright.
doll.
Mike,
Anyway.
what have you been playing?
So a couple of things. Witcher 3, just because I wanted to do the resolution. So I booted it up again on the Switch, and then I booted it up a little bit on PC. Mostly played on the Switch in bed. Spoken about it before. Actually, really cool on the Switch. A little jarring going from maximum settings on PC to literally the lowest possible settings you could have, I think, on Switch. But because it's such a small screen, it's still such a cool experience. So huge fan. So I think I'm gonna, I'm aiming and on track to finish that by the end of the year as planned.
Oh,
and the
that's
other
good effort.
game that I'm not going to talk about too much, one, because I haven't played it as much as Swinny did, but two, because you're going to cover it a lot more, is Scorn.
Well, we can
So
talk about it now if you want. Don't wait
yeah,
for me.
why not? So I booted it up, installed it, played for a bit. Well, I say a bit because well, just wait a second when Swinny tells you how much he's played it. And I think it's a really interesting, cool game. I want to hear your thoughts first. Actually, I haven't played enough to. I heard there's gripes about the game. It's not flawless, but everything I've experienced so far has been really cool. Very unique experience. Again, I bring it up. HR Geigery influence to the max, and that atmosphere is just freaking fantastic. It's such a unique experience right off the bat. So you, I believe, have finished it.
Yes, so
already.
I
It just
loaded,
came out yesterday.
no,
Huh?
it came out on the 14th.
Yeah, it came out on
14th.
Okay, 2 days ago. Yeah.
So I started up Scorn. Just thought I'd probably just play for a little bit. It looked really appealing. Like, I'm not a big horror fan of certain types of horror games, but I had the feeling this game wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be like a jump scary game. It's more about just atmosphere and just like foreboding. But it's not about like building up tension for big scares and stuff. And it's also not like a survival horror game or anything like that. It's basically like a puzzle game with some first-person shooter moments in it. Like, this does have some action. But, so yeah, Scorn. So I beat the game. It's not a super long game unless you get stuck. I like it, but it does have issues. Like, the combat in the game's really rough. And there's moments where you're forced into it. Other times you can just run past enemies, and I recommend that for most of the time, to be honest. But the biggest issue with this game, and what a lot of people have with this game, is you start off, basically you do like a little door opening, not puzzle, but you just like open a door, and then suddenly you're in a big puzzle room with multiple rooms and hallways and elevators, and there's no real clear indicator of the starting point, and people have gotten stuck there for like an hour or more and just turn the game off because it's on Game Pass. They haven't like had to purchase it or anything. So I think they really screwed up with making the first puzzle of the game this big, long puzzle that you can't really tell what you meant to do.
I know which one you mean. I did
because
go much
because
beyond that, but yeah.
after that, all the puzzles are pretty straightforward. But the first one is the one that will push people away. So
Interesting.
it's a gorgeous game from an art design standpoint. It's absolutely
Really cool.
disgusting at times. But Scorn, I recommend trying it if you're into that kind of stuff.
Are there multiple? The first puzzle, without spoiling anything. Are there multiple ways of doing it?
Well, it would spoil stuff to talk probably about that.
But I feel like there's multiple ways of doing it, right?
The first one, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But so look, it's almost like a mini review. Like I recommend it if you're into the HR Giga stuff and you like puzzles. If you don't like puzzles, then probably avoid this game because you won't like the first part of it, at least. So.
Do you think I'd like it? Because I was
Yes.
gonna install it, but then I
reckon
was
you
like,
would.
nah.
I don't know if you will, to be honest.
Okay.
I think you'll probably find the combat to be really, really like rough.
It's not a combat game though. Like I think
There's combat in it though.
There is combat in it.
I like how Mike's played like
to...
5 minutes of it, and you've
No. I played
you're
much more than that.
correcting me.
No. I got into combat sections already. It definitely, it's got the combat, but you can see the game is trying to shy you away from the combat as much as possible.
But the thing is, though, that like this game also
far
has
away.
ridiculously punishing checkpoints. Whereas if you die in that combat, you will be respawned at the start of the entire area and have to do all the puzzles up to that
Whoa, I
point
didn't know it was
again.
that bad.
Yeah, it's really
'Cause
bad checkpoint wise.
There's no saving. There's no clear way of understanding where the checkpoint is. And when I first quit it, I'm like, did it actually retain anything that I've done here? It did.
I didn't turn the
fortunately,
game
but-
off because I didn't know where it was actually where it
you
was
have no
saving.
idea. I
My
have to admit, that's
assumption
a bit weird,
was
but yeah.
it was where it was unlocking the achievements for each chapter and whatever.
Ah.
But I'm like, I don't want to lose like the progress I've done.
It does it without the. It does it before that because I quit multiple times before that, and it still saves it. So it's a bit weird that it doesn't save it after you do a whole bunch of shit, and then you go in combat, and then you lose out. That's kind of weird because so far it's checkpointed along the way pretty well for me. So
Look, I think it's worth a shot. Don't get me wrong. I liked
totally.
the
Very
game.
neat.
It's like got some really cool like undertones and is very mysterious. So you can delve into the lore if you like it. But
Yeah.
if you're
Just
into
be warned,
aliens
Might give
and
it- Well-
the Prometheus and that kind of.
But that's not going
Feel-
to carry me all the way through a game, right?
Probably not, but if
Yeah.
you're into it, it's in you
No,
love
I
the
like the
aesthetic
art
and
style,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, you might
Yeah.
like it.
I fired up the B-roll, like, because it said it wasn't age restricted. And I'm like, okay, this trailer must be okay. And then it's like ripping. I'm like, okay.
When I saw you loading the B-roll, I'm like, what is he doing? He must know what he's doing.
No, I checked to see if it was age gated. So this is an age, like, we shouldn't get age gated. This hasn't been age gated. But
the game has some very gory moments,
pretty violent,
especially later in the end. So
yeah, I've heard mixed things about it from people just around what it's trying to push the players to do, like exactly what you guys are saying. So
Oh yeah, the first bit. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
yeah. Okay.
Even the first puzzle.
You've been
Holy
playing
shit.
anything else, Mike?
No, just Witcher and Scorn were the only two.
How about you, Swinny?
Yeah, so the other stuff I played this week, so I played through the latest Kemco EXE Create game, Dragon Prana. I actually said I was going to talk about that last
Dragon
week. But then
Parma.
it actually hadn't come out yet, so I don't know how I could have talked about it last week. But I'm not going to mention too much about it because I'll add that to the tier list when we eventually do that. But this was another one of their like 8-bit style little RPGs, but unlike the other two, which were F tiers, this one was a much better game. So quite enjoyed it. Fun little 15-hour RPG. So, but the other game is a game that it was on my most anticipated games list for this year. I'm a big Borderlands fan. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So I finally found it relatively cheap physically, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about this game yet. Like this game's actually reviewed quite well, and for a lot of people, was a bounce back.
Sold well as well.
Yeah, bounce back from number 3, which disappointed some people. But I'm actually not having that much fun with it. Like I'm a little shocked.
Well,
but
how is it still Borderlands?
the game is Borderlands, but it is the most different they've ever done. Like this, it's the most, it's basically set in like a D&D world. So naturally, like the changes they've made, there's actually like a character sheet with attributes. Like you've never had attributes that you can like, oh, I level up, I give a 1+1 to a strength forge. You never had that, but it plays into everything. And they've done some cool stuff. Like what they've done, I like, but unfortunately, so far, like the world and the characters are just not doing it for me. And weirdly enough, so Will Arnett is the voice of like the big villain in the game from Arrested Development. I love Will Arnett.
Nice,
but it sounds like his voice lines were like recorded through Zoom or something. It sounds really like compared to the other characters. And then I think, the pandemic.
Maybe.
Like it wouldn't surprise me if he'd like done his own recording or done a local recording, not like the because a lot of the other characters, they sound fine, but then his voice lines sound lower quality. So. But look, I'm obviously going to keep playing it. It might win me over in the end, but I'm just surprised that it hasn't hit home yet for me. So
I'm actually shocked about that. I would have bet the farm that you would have enjoyed it, given everything that game had going for you.
It's not bad. It's just so far, it's just more misses and hits for me. But we'll see where it lands.
Okay.
So,
all right. Awesome.
Cool. So. Now, this week, because we've got some stuff at the end of the show to celebrate our 100th episode, we're just going to have 2 news stories this week. So the first one being, this week there was big news in the VR space as Meta finally revealed their latest headset, the MetaQuest Pro. So they revealed it in their Meta Connect presentation. The new headset has been teased for months as Project Cambria and is the latest in their big push into the whole VR and metaverse space. And there's been a lot of talk about the metaverse this week for various reasons, but we're focusing on the Pro headset for this segment. But interestingly enough, they're pushing it as designed for work, not gaming. So why are we talking about it? Because we bloody hell want to, and it's our show. So. Now, look, this thing made headlines for a bunch of reasons. Obviously, it's the big new headset, but also it's priced at $1,500 US and $2,500 in Australia. And for some comparison, the lower-end comparatively, current MetaQuest 2 is priced at 630 Australian, and that's after the price increase.
Yeah, because they used to be 430
480 or something like that.
So 630 for their current kind of like main model, I guess the mainstream model, to 2,500. Obviously, big jump there. Now, this device is doing a lot more than the Quest 2 ever did. But I'll just zoom through some of the specs before we give our thoughts about the whole price stuff and the general, headset vibes, I guess. It's slimmer than the Quest 2. So that's thanks to what they're calling pancake optics and a curved battery. So basically they're able to, just make it slimmer in general. They claim that it will run at 50% more power than the Quest 2 with better thermal dissipation. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon QR2 Plus chipset with 12 gig of RAM and 256 gig of storage. There's two 1800 by 1920 displays, which they say is 37% more pixels per inch, 10% greater pixels per degree than the Quest 2. And it has a 90 hertz max refresh rate. But for anyone who doesn't know, the Quest 2 originally had a low one. I think it was like 75 or something, wasn't it? And then they upgraded it to be able to have a maximum of, I think, 120. So there's a chance that could get updated in the future as well. A couple of other things. So there's 10 sensors, 5 on the inside, 5 on the outside. And it has eye tracking. There's high-res outward-facing cameras for full color pass-through. The Quest 2 only had, was it black and white pass-through?
Yeah.
Vision? Yeah.
And it was pretty blurry.
Yeah, and so they're really pushing the whole mixed reality aspect of this more so than they've ever done before. Now, by default, it has open peripheral vision, but it does have included magnetic light blockers, but you have to pay separately for a complete light blocker attachment.
After paying $2,500.
Yeah, but it really does tell you, the focus of this is not on the full immersive. Yeah, it's being able to work
so it's this, Swinny. Meta Quest Pro full light blocker. Then there's all this other stuff: earphones, carry case, charging dock.
I mean, to be
extra.
fair, if you could put it that way, all the normal Quest only came with, it didn't even come with a cable to use it on your PC.
But it was
come
cheap.
with a case, didn't come with anything. But at least it was cheap.
So this has, we've talked about it a little bit before, but it has new fancy touch controls with sensors for self-tracking, like 360-degree motion. And apparently improved haptic feedback. I've never used the Quest 2, so I was just regurgitating, the details. And so the headset's charged with a USB-C cable, but the controls have to be charged with the charging dock, which they do give you one, but the additional one you can buy is a more fully featured charging dock from what I can read. Okay. And it is backwards compatible with all Quest 2 apps. So that's the details. Now, the thoughts from you guys.
One huge detail I don't think we covered, I can't see it in the notes, is Mark Zuckerberg was asked how long would the battery last? And he said 1 to 2 hours.
Where?
Yeah. I honestly think, and this is not a hot take, I think most people have this view, this thing is going to flop so freaking hard. It's unbelievable. I probably shouldn't share too much, but some super senior people where I work actually had a demo from Meta themselves, right? And they're just, it's oh yeah, that's awesome. And they're just this is stupid. No one's going to use this, right? And I'm if they can't get them over the line and they're doing it in person, they built the avatars for them, they did everything, and they're this is dopey shit, right? This, it's interesting, but it's not it's going to do anything.
Yeah, I'm really...
This is fucking crazy. Just last thing I'll say on it is Quest, the Quest 2 is I hate Facebook with a passion. The Quest 2 pushed me to do I want to buy this thing or not, right? I'm no, okay, I won't. That's a mark of an awesome device, right? It's cheap, it does the job, it's dirty, it hits the right marks. And it was $500 in Australia when it launched, right? Ballpark. This is 5 times the amount of money. I do not feel like I'm getting 5 times the amount of value. And I know that you said at the start of this, Swinny, it's this is obviously better, but I can't immediately just say, oh yeah, this is the key reason why this is so much better. It's everything's yeah, it's better, but it's it's not going to blow me away better. It's not oh, you don't get motion. If they said something like this, you'll never get motion sickness with this. It's whoa, that's crazy, right? But it's not. It's actually
no screen door effect or...
Yeah, the refresh rate's worse, right? It's insane to me what they're doing. And this will never catch on in mainstream business. It won't.
Yeah. Well, I was actually just trying to set some context more so around this is a higher end device than the Quest 2. So that's what it was in terms of what they're positioning it as.
Well, better be 5 times the price.
rather than like, because every new product in a line will generally be better than the last one unless they're doing a different thing, you know. So it was more around, hey, like, obviously they're pricing it differently, but my God, that price.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Oh my God.
it reminds me of I was reading an article the other day of a woman, I think in New South Wales, maybe. She got caught by one of the new cameras wearing her seatbelt incorrectly. I don't know, like instead of going across her chest or something, it was just around her waist or something.
What?
And she got
So what
there's
seems like
new
more
cameras
effort?
that. Well, I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah,
the hell
yeah.
she was doing. I don't know exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah, go on.
the picture they used to show it was so freaking blurry. I don't even know how they determined that. But whatever, she got fined $5,000 apparently for that offense, and that is because she was driving a business car. And because when you drive a business car, they can't give you demerit points. They charge like 3 or 4 times higher fees or higher the cost of you can look it up, like I don't know,
So you're saying
All right.
that
So-
because this is focused on business,
because
this
it's focused
headset,
on business, $2,500, whatever, shalopi, like it doesn't really matter.
Mate.
A lot of businesses, if they actually want to play with
dude,
the shit,
I got
aren't
the
going to give a
shittest
shit about
laptop ever,
$2,500.
right? They care about money, business.
No,
Like,
some do,
Yeah.
but then I worked in
dude,
organizations
this is about
before
mainstream
where
business. This is mainstream business.
during growth periods, they don't give a fuck. They'll buy 3 or 4 of these headsets and not think twice about it. It's a tax offset or some other.
But if you're
bullshit.
wanting if you're really wanting to get your workforce to kind of be working in this metaverse space, you're going to need generally a lot more than 5 headsets to be able to do that. And
Oh,
that
you
stuff
would, but I mean, this is where
is
I'm trying
ridiculously
to kind of think because I'm hearing, for example, I was reading an article the other day, and I don't know if we spoke about it in the show as well, where people at Meta that were being pushed to use the tools and to get into the metaverse were hating on it, thinking this is just fucking stupid. Like, how is it really helping us do our
It
work?
came from, there was an employee survey at Meta that basically said, you know, that it was like less than half the people something were interested or understood the
fucking
metaverse.
stupid. It
and
really
people
is.
don't use it.
I agree.
Look,
VR's stupid.
Well, I think in general
Very
VR
down
is
with
cool,
VR.
but getting a workforce to go and do shit in VR, not only I mean, look, it reminds me of like maybe 15 years ago when Second Life was the thing and businesses were going into Second Life, and the company that I worked for at the time was playing around in Second Life, and it's fucking useless, man. It's a chore. It's
Dude,
annoying.
that's all marketing
It's not
spin.
fun to use. It's just bullshit innovation for the sake of innovation, as opposed to actually being useful for anything. And I'm trying to think about this kind of stuff, like what? Okay, maybe I work in the wrong industry. What is an actual use case where something like this is actually useful in a business context?
Oh, I could imagine it. Like, I just think the current form factor, how we use VR, is a no-go, right? It's a non-starter. And there needs to be some easier, you know, less invasive way to get into VR. But, like, I think eventually it will,
Yeah, I hate
it will
those pros
take
that
off.
stick up your ass.
Like, it will make sense, but not in its current form. Not in its
in
current
Meta's
form.
defense, this is further step in that direction, at least. Where the fact that they don't have the blockers by default, and it's more like, it's closer almost like in idea to like the Google Glass mixed reality concept, where you're not in this world. You kind of, it's like the interface over your existing kind of workspace, you know. But that doesn't mean that I think it will, you know, fly. But look, I'm not into VR, but I think that the, you know, like some of this stuff sounds cool, but the thing is, does it sound $2,500 cool? And no, it doesn't. Like this
Well,
is
it doesn't.
a
But again,
ridiculous price.
use cases, right? For us, ridiculous. But if I was a business, and I'm trying to make use cases up here. Say I'm a car designer, and instead of sitting there making shit out of clay in the real world, maybe I can imagine a car design and feel it better and get a feel for proportions and stuff like that.
But I mean, what
And then I
what
can kind of
is
see it. Someone like Ford would easily fork
Yeah,
out
the only
$2,500
challenge-
to see that in 3D.
The only challenge I have to that is all of that stuff is about precision, right? Like real precision. And these devices are still just not precise enough.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
but
way
I
they
mean,
track and everything
yeah,
is
yeah,
not
yeah.
precise. So,
look-
I get what you're saying, but
I'm not saying maybe not to design it and shape it, but I'm saying to actually get a feel for sitting in the car you just designed. Not actually sitting there tweaking the design, but actually getting a feel for it, kind of, you know,
do you
getting
need
a feel for...
Do you need a $2,500
Man, for a
headset
company
versus
like...
500?
Well, yeah, but Well, no, but
That's the point. It's like I just think this is a solution looking for a problem. Like they've built something,
Possibly.
and it's like, oh, we can apply it to this, we can apply it to that. It's like no one is screaming out for something like this. Like people are screaming out for cheap VR, and that's where Quest 2 is actually brilliant. Like it's amazing that
but they
made
already
something-
have that. That's the thing, right?
No, but it's like
Well-
that's the weird thing. It's like they've made something that's so awesome, and everyone I think was thinking something that's 50% more expensive, right? So something like if it's 500,
Like
750,
$1,000,
800,
like, yeah, you'd buy it,
right?
yeah.
Not like 5 times expensive. It's fucking crazy.
But again,
Correct?
it's not for
Sweaty.
consumers; it's for businesses. But yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that there's been like there's another headset they're developing. Like there's
100%
stuff out there around that
Yeah.
is more in the line of that, but obviously it's still not going to be. It's probably going to be, as you said, probably more than 50%. But
This
anyway,
is gonna fail so fucking hard, like so fucking hard. They're already losing a shit ton of money. So
I think it will, and I think it's because they're a company that's like you said, trying to push solutions for problems that don't really exist. I've never sat there and gone, "Gosh, I wish I could see all my colleagues in 3D models."
yeah,
Like
fuck
I'm
that.
never fucking like.
No.
I don't want that.
No.
It's not only that I
Dude,
haven't thought about that. I
people-
can think about that. It's not a problem. I
People
don't want that
even
shit.
turn on the fucking video on calls.
Yes,
right, at
exactly.
work
And
for
you
me.
want them to be in a
Who
3D
the
world.
fuck
Fuck
is
off.
going to
No one's
pick up
gonna
a
do
fucking
that.
Quest thing?
No
right?
one.
That only lasts an hour or two, and they're like this all like, oh yeah, my TPS report's not ready yet. Sorry, mate. Da-da-da. You can whisper to my left ear. Oh, this is so immersive. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. And then
But
it
half the
doesn't.
time,
It doesn't integrate
troubleshooting.
into the fucking meetings in the offices either. It won't. So it's like, what are you meant to fucking wear a headset in the office as
I
well?
was gonna say, what fucking hellscape was it? 5 people in an office room all wearing VR headsets.
I think it's dystopian.
It's
as
so
fuck, man, the whole
fucking
thing.
dumb. It's like,
Yeah.
honestly, the way that these new startups, they're around for ages, but Zuckerberg still has voting control over Facebook, right? But if he didn't, I genuinely think the board would fucking kick him out because he has burnt through like 10 to $20 billion on this bullshit. And it's this. If this is the combination, holy shit! I'd be shitting myself if I was on the board.
However, there is an asterisk to all of that, which is this is us three. We've grown up in a different world where to us this is just bullshit. But I am kind of afraid of future generations of kids that are growing up on their phones, are growing up with no backyards, are growing up with no real place to do anything, where their world and their tablets and their PCs is their existence. And I feel like they're perfect for this kind of shit.
That is very well said, Mike. And you know what? You know what that means?
What?
Time to talk about the next story.
Yeah.
So, 1 month after the big reveal of their new 40 series graphics cards, Nvidia has bizarrely announced that they're unlaunching one of the models. So the card in question is the RTX 4080 12 gig, which was the lowest tier of the 3 cards announced. In a blog post this week, Nvidia stated, the RTX 4080 12 gig is a fantastic graphics card, but it's not named right. Having 2 GPUs with the 4080 designation is confusing because it was a 12 gig and was it 16 gig model?
It's a different architecture and everything.
Yeah. So the 4080 16 gig is still on track to launch on the 16th of November, following the launch of the 4090 just this previous week. So, Mike, as the resident PC Master Race loving expert PC hardware guru, what's your take on
I'm no
them
guru, but
unlaunching this card?
well, first of all, good move. Well, actually, first of all, when I read this when it just came out and I started seeing a couple of posts on Reddit about it, I thought it's the Onion, right? This is not fucking
Yeah,
real.
yeah. Unlaunched.
And
Yeah,
then
I agree.
And then I actually went to the Nvidia website to make sure it wasn't just some joke screenshot that someone had posted, and I'm like, holy shit, it's actually real. They actually said exactly that. They're unlaunching the 12 gigabytes. So all that joke shit aside, I think no duh. A lot of people, throw up a stink about it, rightfully so, because it's absolute bullshit. It wasn't just like the confusion from a consumer perspective where I've got a 16 gig model and I got a 12 gig model. Okay, this one's slightly better because it's got more memory, therefore I
fine.
can run
Yeah.
higher resolution shit, etc. No. There's a lot of differences between them. Different CUDA cores. It was a completely different card, basically.
It's a different chip completely, man.
Yeah, having the same denomination as the 4080, it was just absolute utter bullshit. And I don't I actually don't know from a strategic perspective. I get, for example, why they launched the 4090, and that's, in my opinion, because they still have plenty of stock of the 3080s and the 30 series to try to churn through. So it didn't really make sense to saturate the market with similar cards in terms of the similar range of cards that those are, to then screw up their ability to get rid of the 30 series. I get that, fair enough. So hence they put the 4090. But to then launch a product or multiple products under the same name to confuse the fuck out of people made no sense. And everyone knew, like the moment this thing came out,
Yeah, we
like
said it.
day dot, it was, this is a 4070 in disguise, or like a 4070
70 Ti,
Ti,
yeah,
or maybe like even a 4060 Ti. I don't know what the fuck the equivalent would be. So it was a no-brainer. But you know, to us as consumers now, I don't give a shit because the cards aren't out anyway. I know when it came out, and I would have known even when it came out with whatever bullshit name it had, the 12 gig model, that it's not actually a 4080 in that sense. But it really does suck for AIB partners, because they've already printed a lot of the box art and stuff like that.
And the cards are
apparently
made. The cards are made.
Yeah, so they have to flash the BIOS chips to be able to get the right names on all those cards
So
now.
fucked up.
Apparently, Nvidia are paying for some of the cost of the packaging and stuff like that, but I don't think they'll be paying for the full cost of what would have been involved in actually getting that shit done. Because it's not just okay.
Well, I reckon they probably would, to be fair.
Maybe it's not what I'm hearing so far.
from-
Because it's
from
not
your
it's not a simple
sources, nice.
exercise. It's not from what I've read so far
fingers in all the
online and
pies.
all the different clips that I've seen about it.
Yeah.
And it's not just like a simple, and it's such a last minute thing as well for them
It's so
to do
screwed
this.
up.
Totally screwed
That-
up. And this isn't the first time they've done this kind of fuckery as well.
You asked the question, though, like, why would they do this? Money, man. Money. Like, they launched the
Ultimately, yeah.
4090 because I think they felt we can hit a similar price as the 3090. So it's like, oh, it hasn't gone up by much, right? So we'll lead with that. But they got unstuck when they're like, oh, this is a 4080. This is how much it's going to cost. And it was like $500 US more for the proper 480. But even like, you know, Swinny, when you mentioned it, it was like, oh, it's only 20% more. That was because it was the 12 gig model, right? So I think it's like very sneaky and deceptive that they did this. Like they called it a 4080, so then people can kind of get confused around the pricing changes. Then they just take it away, right? Instead, they didn't get hit with a full slog of, oh, they're releasing the 4080 and it's going to be $500 more. It's like a 70% increase, right? Is what it would have been. And everyone was saying who like knew about it, oh, this is bullshit 4080, 12 gigs.
Here we
so-
go. Mike's got the props again.
Oh, shit.
It's not the props. It just is.
Let's
It's
move on.
reminiscent of what they did to the.
It's literally a prop.
Well, kind of
It's not a
but
prop. I love it.
They
It
did
wouldn't be
this with
allowed in
the-
question time, so it's a prop.
They did it with the GT 1030, I think it was, where they had same label.
Why do you have
same,
that, by the way? But anyway, go on.
because I wanted to build a really small PC for the bedroom. They had two completely different versions of it with completely different RAM. I think one had GDDR 3 or 4 or something, like really inferior, like super shit compared to the other one. Same price at a lot of places, no label to distinguish between them, same name, same everything. And confusing as fuck for consumers. They don't give a shit. And this is kind of a similar thing, I think. It's, yeah, anyway. I don't know what else to say. Disappointing.
What's wild to me, and I have no stake in any of this, and I know nothing about any of this stuff, but what's wild to me is that, as you said, last minute, like, this is crazy. Was it meant to launch at the same time as the
Yeah.
16 gig? That's a month away,
Yeah.
and they announced it this week. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't something where you can like put the pause on it, like even things like movies and stuff. Obviously, there's deals, but they're not physical hardware. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me that they do this that close to the launch of it.
You would be super pissed if you are one of the manufacturers working with Nvidia. Because it's also like, the thing is, it's really hard to get your head into that space, but there's so much that goes into manufacturing, the storage of those items. Like they'll build processes where it's like, we're going to make it, we need to ship out like these to other distribution centers because they don't have the physical space to just store it, right?
Yep.
So some of these players might be going,
Take them all back.
fuck, we don't have the space to, store it, keep making other things, and then open these boxes, take the fucking cards out, flash
them.
them. Who's doing that? How are we
Throw
gonna
the
do this
boxes
quickly?
out.
It's a fucking like,
Print new
dude.
boxes,
If you were
nuts,
with the
yeah.
partners, you'd be just like, "Fuck you guys! You're a fucking assholes." You're like they would
Oh
be.
well, did we cover what happened with EVGA?
No. Let's not go down that path. But
Okay,
they would
let's
be,
not go down the
they'd
path.
be
but
happy that
basically-
they are out. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the big. I don't know if you knew about this one, Swinny. But
All right,
one
yeah,
of
I
the
know about it.
biggest
We're covering it, we're
partners,
covering.
they pulled
Right,
out.
we already
just in
talked about it on
time.
the show, Mike. Yep,
But
yep, done.
look-
We can't duplicate our words.
I have to say though, like, in a way, good on Nvidia for backtracking. I don't like the way that they wrote this stupid like unlaunching blog post where it's like it's not right. Well, they fucking came up with it. They're calling it unlaunching.
Is unlaunch even a word?
No, it's bullshit. It's
Like,
like it's
is
like
this
conscious
to become-
uncoupling. Like,
Is this
Gwyneth
going to
Paltrow.
become a new word, unlaunching, when people
Yeah,
are backpedaling?
yeah, it will. It will. And then
That's
this
true.
bullshit about the 4090 was a massive hit. Like people, I'm like, fuck off. Like
Yeah,
this is
fuck
like an
off. I hated that
apology
part.
blog, and then
Yeah.
you're celebrating at the end of it. It's like I don't know, I don't know, man. So,
But what also shits me is, I mean, whatever, people can do whatever they want with their money. The fact that Nvidia know that people are so willing to just fork out cash. The 4090s were sold out so quickly. I think, in fact, you probably couldn't even get them 3 seconds after they were.
you can still get
on
a
their website,
30.
you can't.
You can still get a 4090 in Australia. So I don't think they're selling that well.
The actual 4090s, though, that Nvidia were selling directly,
We didn't
I
get the
thought they
founder
sold out
editions.
straight away, and we don't get them.
Yeah.
So they know that they can literally probably almost do whatever the fuck they want because it's
People like
really
Michael buy it.
Well,
and people still buy them. No, I'm not
re-
giving them my money.
regardless,
for the
they're
shenanigans.
they're always gonna toot their own horn. And guess what? We're also gonna toot our own
Yay!
horn in our 100 episode celebration. So we've got a couple of things planned, and to kick off, Intergot has prepared something special that we
secret.
don't really know about.
That's right. That's right. I need to bring up a score. It's like a little mini quiz. Let me just do this quickly.
You're probably gonna have to speak the quiz because it's so blurry on our end.
It's not to me, just to you.
Oh,
Mike.
really?
Speak
What?
the quiz. Well, it's a
really
very
blurry. I can't see
it's a very
shit.
visual quiz, so we're going to be in trouble. here.
I'm gonna have maybe if I watch it on the stream. Yeah, on the stream it's clearer, so I'll just watch it on. Yeah, but then it's delayed. Damn it.
Let's see if my little score thing works. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Okay.
So this will be rapid fire. I'll give. Firstly, you guys need to come up with some kind of like buzzer.
Okay.
So what's your buzzer noise, Mike?
Big schlong.
Big schlong. Okay. And Swinny?
Voodoo hair doll.
Voodoo head all. Okay.
Wait,
Big
I'll
schlong
bring
and
it
voodoo
back.
head all.
Oh, no,
that's
this
real.
will
That can't be
this will
real.
be my buzzer, but I can only do it once.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
not.
damn.
You're gonna be You're gonna be drunk at the end of this quiz. So I'll give 2 points if you get. So it's gonna be okay. Well, I'll set the context. What I did was I took a bunch of our episode titles and fed it into AI art generators,
Oh, love
Oh,
this.
and
wow.
it generated art based on our titles.
What
Oh,
was
boy.
what was the generator?
Okay.
Care to
Crayon.
divulge?
Crayon.
Okay.
So
That is a cool idea. Wow.
So the game is you get it in the general ballpark, give you 1 point. Get the
know
exact
what?
title name, 2 points.
But-
2
So
points.
you know what? I've wanted to think of a segment based around AI generated art, and you beat me to it. Damn it!
It's a good idea, right?
I'm just
All right.
taking a photo of my screen so you can see how
I also
ridiculously
realized-
blurry it is. I can't see anything.
I put up these scores and then I realized I'm going to be showing the B-roll, so it's like that's not even going to work. It's stupid.
Well, I'll keep note of my score, but not Mike's.
All right, I'll keep it. It's fine. All right, let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got to buzz in,
Yeah.
and then I'll call the person who I think won the buzzing, and then general ballpark title, 1
If
point.
they get it wrong, the other
exact
person then just
has to be exact.
Okay.
2 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
2
all right.
points exact.
Are we ready
Okay.
to rock and roll, boys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the first one.
Okay. Oh, shit.
that was hard, man.
Can I give you a tip?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait. Okay, sure.
So these are nurses,
Oh.
and they're avoiding water because they don't want to.
Oh. Big schlong.
Yes, big slong. Go, Mike.
7 wet nurses.
Oh, 2 points.
Hey!
2 points.
I completely forgot about that episode name.
That's actually awesome. And this is some morbid shit, man. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Next one.
nice.
Ready, boys?
Well,
Yep.
Oh, I can't really see.
Oh,
I'm gonna
they're
have
like
to
cards of some. Okay.
Voodoo Hair Doll,
Yes, Swinny?
Amiibo Card Divorce.
Yeah, well, I'll give you 1 point. A
Oh.
counterfeit
Oh,
amiibo,
counterfeit amiibo card
divorce.
Yeah. Okay.
I like how we're
I don't
actually
think I
working this
was-
shit out. That's
I
kind of
wasn't
crazy.
on that episode, was I?
But that is a classic title. That is a classic title.
I don't think I was on that episode.
Now I must admit I didn't remember the title for the next episode, so we'll see how you guys go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Oh. Wait.
Voodoo Hair Doll,
Go, Sweeney.
Damn it. I know this one.
Peppa Pig Metaverse.
Nah.
Nope.
Damn,
Can I
damn.
guess it?
You have to buzz in.
Okay, Big Schlong.
Yes, go, Mike.
Banana Pig.
Ah, exact title. Exact
Yeah.
title.
You know what's weird? I thought Banana Pig, but I'm like, no, we didn't call an episode Banana Pig.
I know. I didn't remember. I'm like, what the hell? All right, so Mike's on
Mike's killing
4. Mike's on 4. Score check. Swinny's on 1. This is an amazing. Mike is smashing it. All right, here we go,
Mike?
boys. Next one.
Okay, yep,
Next one.
yep.
Ready to buzz in.
Yep. Oh man.
Voodoo Hair Doll,
Go, Swinny.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep. Good one.
It's
That was
really
one of my
hard to
favorite
see, but
titles,
I think it's
even though I
like
wasn't on it.
the color of it is like an avocado color.
Green. Yeah.
But I'm like,
It's
it's
avocado green
Avo.
or
That's like an
something.
Aussieism,
Yeah, yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I was gonna change it to avocado, but I felt like it was cheating. All right, ready for the next one, boys? Wait,
Yep,
wait.
yep,
So you got that exactly right, Swinny. So you're
did.
on 3, and Mike's on 4. So it's actually pretty
Yep.
close, this quiz. All right, here we go, boys.
Okay. Oh.
Grand Theft Auto. Chemco tier list.
No. Okay. I don't know what to do here. You didn't say your buzzword correctly.
Oh, did I say Grand Theft Auto?
Oh no.
Yes, you said Grand Theft
fine.
Auto.
That's fine.
Whoops.
That's fine.
Give,
Alright,
Mike,
I'll
give
give-
Mike the point.
Okay, I'll
No,
give,
no,
I'll
no,
give
no.
Mike the point next time. But
Why did I say Grand Theft Auto?
I know, that was so scary. You were turning into AI and throwing out some random shit. Yeah, you're right. Chemco tier list.
Nice.
All right, so you didn't get it exactly right though. It was Chemco RPG tier list.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give you 1 point. So you're both on 4 points right now.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Okay.
ready to buzz in? Right.
Yeah,
I want to
yep,
get a
yep,
buzz check. Mike, go
yep.
first.
Big Schlong. Yep.
Swinny.
Voodoo Hair Doll.
Okay. All right. Ready? Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
What the hell is
What is
this?
this?
Oh my god. I cannot comprehend what this could be.
All right. I don't think
wait,
you guessed
no.
this. Oh, all right. Okay. I'll give you 3 points if you guess this.
Voodoo Hair Doll.
Okay, go.
Todd Howard Rebirth?
That's a good guess. That's a good
It
guess.
doesn't look like Todd Howard, but I'm thinking it has to be a name of something.
That's close. All right. I'll say
no
it.
idea.
This is. I put this in
Can I
'cause
guess
it
it?
was so morbid. I thought it was quite
I
funny.
doubt it. Can I guess
go,
it?
go on.
Oh, Big Schlong. It's not existence is pain.
No.
Okay.
They're all good guesses, actually. This is Minute Mike.
What the hell? There's no
I wouldn't have
chance we
guessed
would have
that
gotten that
one.
one, man.
It looks so fucking scary.
Wow. Okay.
All right, you ready to buzz in?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, score check 4, Mike, Swinny 4. So very close. Only 3 more to
Oh,
go.
geez. Okay.
All right,
Feels
ready to
somewhat-
buzz in?
Yep.
Voodoo Hair Doll.
Fuck, I can't
Swinny.
see shit. What is that?
Oh, I know what it is, but I'm like trying to think of the exact
You want to
wording
get the
of
2
it.
points.
Battletoads is a monopoly of video games.
It's close. 1 point. Monopoly,
what was-
comma, the Battletoads of board games.
Board games. Not
Pretty
yeah,
close,
okay,
pretty
all right,
close.
yeah.
One
I think
point,
this is
1
the
point.
best
No,
one
that's
so
pretty good.
far. It looks
Yeah.
really good. It's crazy.
It's really good.
All right, I think this one's pretty easy, so get ready to buzz in.
Maybe.
So quick score check. Swinny's
Yep.
on the lead at 5 and Mike is 4, so it's very close. This next one's really critical. Ready to buzz in?
Yep. Big
Voodoo
Schlong.
Hair Doll.
Oh, I gotta go with Mike. I heard it first, at least on my end.
Pink eye Kia.
yes, I gotta
nice.
give
I'm
that.
trying to fucking remember
Nice.
what.
Holy shit, that was close. I thought you were gonna blow it
Okay.
up. Yeah, pink IKEA. All right,
Nice.
whoa. Okay, so Mike is on 6 in the lead by 1 point against Swinny on 5. So Swinny, I don't have an extra fucking.
Okay,
Actually, I
okay.
do have an extra one, but they're really crazy. So we'll see how we go.
Okay.
All right, ready to buzz in, boys?
Yeah.
Yep. Voodoo Hair Doll. I had to buzz, otherwise I can't even win.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go quickly.
good one.
5.
Power Wash Thruple.
Ah,
Yep, good
Swinny
job.
wins.
Yep. Good job.
Nice.
Very good.
Excellent job, Swinny. Excellent. I thought that went well.
That was really
good.
fun.
Yeah.
I just want to do a whole show of that, please.
I did. Okay, like
That's so cool.
Did you run out of free credits on the
No. I don't even know if you how limited it is, but I fed in like 30 or 40 titles. But some of them look like it's impossible to guess. It's just like
What's
super
crazy are
bizarre
the ones where it's like you then say in the art style of this, for instance, like Charlie, like Moist Critical, like has got some awesome videos where he's like them in the people in the style of like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, man, it's crazy. Like, and this is just the beginning of it all. Like, imagine how this tech is going to be in 10 years' time, man. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
I'd like I don't know if you saw the one where they show the negative of like what you're searching for. So if you search for something like Australian, you can search for what the AI thinks is the most opposite to Australia. Like that's one thing you can do. This one was super crazy. I was like, what the hell?
This is the opposite of?
No, this was one of our titles. I was like, what the fuck? This is like crazy art, man. This is like tool shit almost.
It is,
Yeah.
but what is this?
This is
It's got to be like an obscure one. No, there's no clocks in it, so it's not the clocker.
so this one is inside his core.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like spooky
That's
what
pretty
this AI
wacky.
shit
Wow.
does.
Yeah.
Well,
go.
that was good fun. But the shenanigans are not ending. And I will just say this next segment, just be forewarned, is the most self-indulgent we are ever going to get. Because we've decided to concoct a tier list, the most self-indulgent in the history of the internet, ranking all 100 or 99 of our episode titles in our tier list.
Damn,
I'm
boy.
not kidding.
Yes.
In the biggest, wiggest title tier list.
moly.
Like, no joke.
Macaroni.
We're like,
doing it.
we're going to try to get through the show as quick as possible so we can rank all fucking 199 or whatever episode titles. So this is insane.
Let's do it.
And all of the listeners have disappeared because we're not going to be talking about video games anymore.
Oh no, there'll be chat about video games.
We
though,
joked about
yeah.
this ages ago, and we're just like, you know what, episode 100. Let's rank our episode titles.
Let's do whatever we want.
Because we've never
our
really
show.
talked. We've mentioned during the show like, oh, that's the episode title, but people don't realize that even after the show finishes, we're like, oh, what's the episode title? And we sometimes sit there for like 5-10 minutes thinking, well, what is the episode title? What are the
Dude,
options?
we literally spent 25 minutes talking about last show's episode title. It's like, what are we going to call it? Da, da, da. It was like
I can't even
horrible.
remember what last episode was. Oh,
It was
Inside His Core.
inside his,
That's right.
inside his
That was a
core,
hard
brackets core. That was a good one. I like that. All right, I think let's quickly go through I think S, A, B, C. I'm all happy with that, but I feel like we probably need to come up with some extra rows.
Oh, you've got to add a trash tier, man.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah.
I don't know how many are going to go in there.
But can we also have just like nothing, like it's like
Meh.
whatever. Yeah, meh.
Meh.
Let's do
Meh.
meh and trash.
Man,
Okay,
trash.
Yeah, Meh, I feel is just before trash.
Can we name like S tier to like God or
Yeah,
one
God
above it
tier.
that's like God tier or
Yeah.
something?
I don't know if we need there's a lot of things in between where
We're probably going to need a number of rows because otherwise, like, they're going to get clogged up.
I guess that's true.
I guess I'll just put God because it's a tier itself, right? Why would
What
I
about
say-
a Joe Jives tier? I don't know what would go in there. I just feel
okay,
like we'd
so yeah,
need a
Joe
Jives
Jives. Joe Jives. That's the God tier. That's the God tier.
Okay.
Meh and trash.
Oh,
Let's we gotta set ourselves up, boys. This is
We can
gonna be
always
a long
add,
one.
we can always add new rows as we go as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, is this sufficient?
I
I
think
can't
that's good.
see because it's a blurry mess, but yes,
That's good.
You
enough
might need to
start.
watch the stream or something.
That's good enough to
I
start.
think so.
You want to
yeah.
be able to read the titles to some degree.
I'm going
Yeah,
full screen on this mofo.
All right, here we go, boys. So, episode 1. Let's start episode 1. Controllers are gender neutral. So, let's all just vote quickly, and then we'll just
Okay.
do the averages, unless it's like fully stands out.
D or C?
Yeah,
I said
C.
C. Okay, maybe C.
C.
All right, done. Full throttle.
A full throttle, isn't it?
Oh, full throttle. Okay, B tier for me.
Thought it.
I thought it was throttle all this time.
Yeah, B. B's all right.
Okay, B. Yeah.
You
B.
don't have
I
to
was
go
gonna
with us,
C.
by the way.
No, I was gonna go C, but that's fine.
Okay,
You overruled
Kemco
it anyway.
RPG tier lists. I say meh.
Yeah,
It's
meh.
too obvious.
Meh. But it was very SEO friendly. So
It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
SEO
One of
friendly.
them.
Can I just say this is
best
for
video.
SEO? This is what we should be doing with the titles. This is meh. Okay, meh tier. Girlfriend's Alley.
Girlfriend's Alley. Probably a C or a D for me. It
Probably
was
say
funny
D.
at the
I say
time.
D.
C for me.
I'll say C then, given
C,
that you guys
alright.
have said that. Then we've got to rank all of these in order. No, we don't.
Oh gosh.
PAL
Not this
Simulator 2022.
That was good because it actually had layers to that
That
title.
did
but
have layers, but I'd still say it's
so-
C.
Yeah, C for me.
C.
Okay, but maybe a bit stronger. Have a crack. Have a crack.
Look, that's probably a D for me.
Yeah, D.
Yeah, D for me as well. All right.
It was also probably one of our worst episodes as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we should put that in the trash. I'm bringing this down to trash. All right, existence is pain.
Probably a D or a C.
I'd say D. What do you say,
D.
Mike?
C.
C. Okay, so it goes into C then. Miles Rick Moranis.
This is at least an S tier. Man.
This is an A for me. What do you think, Mike?
Love this.
I don't think I was at this one, so
This one has had so much influence that I cannot think.
Miles Morales. I know.
I cannot
I
think
can't
of that
vote
without
this one.
thinking of Rick. At least, all right. We'll put it in A. Put it in A.
I'll put an A.
A. Yeah, good one. Oh, first A tier. Nice. Excellent. Animal Crossing Warriors.
Probably a D or a meh.
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, people because this is on our old YouTube channel, right? People actually go to this. I think because of the title. I think people like search for Animal Crossing Warriors and like they're like, holy shit, someone spoke for 2 hours on it, and it's just some random podcast. All right, Mr.
Downvote.
Nosferatu.
Not that great, but it was recent. It did make me laugh. Probably a D then.
Yeah, D.
I was gonna say C, but I'll go D then.
Okay, all right, cool.
A Souls-inspired, Souls-like.
It's gonna
Yeah, I
be
like
S
those.
tier.
Yeah, that's an S.
Yeah, it's S for me as well. It's just instant S. This is like some war shit with Mike. That's episode 21. That's awesome.
Whoa.
And the fact is, like, it's a good title when we reference it still to this day.
Yeah, we
so-
literally still reference it today. And by the way, so this thumbnail, I had to create it myself. Episode 1.
Nice work. Nice
Controller. So I thought the Nintendo 64 controller could be representative of the gender.
Work. Good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
All right, half point.
Half
I don't
point.
remember what.
This was like a half point when we're ranking Donkey Kong.
By the way, look at
Country
these like
Yeah.
these thumbnails.
Yes. Probably a D.
Yeah, D.
I was gonna say C, but I'll put it in D then. Chemco Addiction.
I like that.
I like it, but it was like the fact that it wasn't a very Chemco heavy episode. It's like I don't know why we called it Chemco Addiction.
C.
C works for me.
I was gonna say meh. So do you want to put it in
Okay, maybe
D
D.
or
D's
Yeah.
fine.
D.
Yeah.
let's
Okay,
do
it
D.
averages out to D. Yeah.
Max Payne?
I'd probably put this in meh.
Meh.
Yeah, meh for me as well.
I think we
just trying to
struggled.
remember
I think
what
we
is it?
struggled
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I did realize when I was pulling all these through, I'm like, oh, some of these are pretty shit. But Run DMCA.
I like that.
I like
one.
that. Yeah, I like that one. It's a good pun.
I'd probably put that
That's
in
a
B.
B. Yeah.
I had it
it's
as A, but I'll put it as B then.
Okay.
He Must Be Single. I put it as meh for me personally. But what do you
Yeah,
guys
meh.
think?
Yeah, meh.
Mike?
Yeah. It's a meh.
Good thumbnail though of the Cookie Monster Atari game.
Yeah, these aren't a reflection of the thumbnails. These are purely the titles.
Yeah.
So Deep on Analog.
Probably a D or a C for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably
C.
say D. So
Okay, D.
This is so ridiculous. We're doing this. Sorry, listeners.
Can I just say the distribution is beautiful so far? 3 pixels to the left.
That one has a special place in my heart. It's not great, but it was the most ridiculous thing of us ranking Donkey Kong against like Yoshi's Island or something.
Yeah. On a
I
spectrum.
put this as a C then.
Oh, okay. I had it as an A in my head.
Oh,
B then.
then B. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Put
going
in
to wait
B.
till Mike because he's a bit fresh.
Because I know when we came up with that title, like no one is gonna. That was at the end of the show. No one's gonna
Yeah.
know why the fuck. It's
That's
called
why I
Cookie
had it
Monster.
higher because it was like at that point we'd given up on like properly titling stuff and just putting whatever dumb shit we want to put in. I remember that moment. I'm like, all right, we're just putting whatever we want. We don't give a fuck anymore.
This is a great way just to pull out tidbits as we're celebrating 100.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. I thought this would be a good
Yeah.
mechanism for it. Melbourne Monolith. So this was referring to the issue that
Infamous,
Flight Simulator
yeah.
had in Melbourne, where there was like this huge structure. There was just a mistake in the GPS data.
I like this.
I like it, but yeah, go.
I kind of like it enough to put it as A or B myself.
Ah, it's a B for me.
No, just say what
Yeah.
you really think, Mike. I feels like you're
Well,
going to say D
between
or
a B and a
something.
C because
I'll say B
it's
then. I was going
B?
for a B.
Yeah.
we didn't come up with it, so
Yeah, I know.
it's not as cool.
That's a good point. Maybe I'd put it to trash. All right, fight for mascot union.
I like this. I like this as much to put as an A because it was the most ridiculous episode.
Mike?
I don't remember this one, to be honest.
We're
Was
talking
that
about
one?
Nintendo, Super Nintendo World and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
And I can't remember how we got to the mascot union or something.
Yeah.
What do you think of
I
the title?
don't remember. So probably a C for me.
Yeah, I was going to say B, so maybe
B.
B, because I think you said
Yep.
A. Podcast readers.
Yeah, I do remember this one.
Probably a D or a meh for me.
I had
It's a
as
C.
yeah, like a C or a D.
Yeah,
so
probably C for me.
Maybe D.
C? D.
It was kind of funny at the time.
All right, C. No, D,
C.
because you said meh. Sweeney.
Okay.
Alright.
A counterfeit amiibo card divorce.
Oh, I love this. This is an S or an A for me because the story related to it was just perfect. And Mike
What's that?
wasn't there.
No, exactly. So it's probably a B for me
We're
because I
talking-
like it.
We're talking about how he should counterfeit the amiibo cards, you know, and
It's so expensive to buy these fucking cards,
and
Mike.
you know, if his wife found out about it, she'd divorce him over it. 'cause-
So I spoke to my wife about it, and she literally said, "If you did that, I would have like actually." It was like I cheated on her. Like that's the
Wow.
level. I was gonna say S, so maybe put it in A.
So that's
A,
funny then.
yeah.
With that level of.
I do like
context,
the thumb
it's
titles
at
for
least
some
an A.
reason. Also, the text is so large. It's like one of the few texts we can read.
yeah,
Okay, Hans Lundgren.
just makes me
I love how
laugh
random
thinking
it
about
was.
It's the most like nothing to do with video games. I like this. Like,
Yeah.
B or an A or C, probably a B.
Oh, that's
It's
a
probably
big.
it's a
yeah,
B
it's
for me.
A to
It's
C.
a B for
I
me.
like
I was gonna
it,
say
but
A or B, so maybe B.
B,
Yeah,
B,
B.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think in its own, it's not as funny. So, sneezy rant.
This is meh.
Yeah, I'll probably put this as trash.
Yeah, trash is all right.
Trash. Okay, what do you think?
It was
Mike?
funny at the time because you were
don't
ranting,
think-
but you're also sneezing. But it's like I think
It's
we
not
didn't-
funny. Yeah, it's
we
not
didn't
funny.
have any other thing to really
Yeah,
talk
this,
about.
this
then.
was you can't have all W's.
I know.
Mike,
Yeah,
any
yeah.
objections to trash or meh?
Mike
Nah,
liked
it's a meh for me. It's a meh for me. I don't
Okay,
think it's
put
that
it in
bad.
trash because I think two of us said trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Money more back.
This is when we were really picking on people saying the wrong things.
Yeah, this
all
is
the
where
time.
anyone's misspoke. That's the episode title.
That's the episode title right there.
I like it, but not maybe a
C.
B or a C.
Yeah.
That is
you
B,
got?
but what did you say, Mike?
Yeah, B. B as well.
Put it in B.
I'll put it in B then.
Yep.
All right, boys, we're getting through it. 7 wet nurses.
That's one of my
bloody-
favorites.
I
To me,
don't
that's-
even. Why were we talking about 7 wet nurses?
Because it was in Romania and Mike being nursed by 7 wet nurses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I do not
I remember it.
That's
It's iconic.
where it came
to me.
from, yeah.
It's iconic. Didn't you
But
see that
why
cursed
I
AI image?
mentioned that tidbit, I don't remember.
I had this like an
that
A,
one.
man.
Yeah, it's an A for me.
All right,
'cause
put it in
What
A,
did you
that's
have?
fine.
Okay, all right.
It's the one I remember.
Oh, no, I didn't.
In the
It
quiz as
was
well.
probably like maybe a B for me, but A makes sense.
Oh, given that we just did sneezy rant, I'll do another rant themed one. Ignorant.
Ignorant holds a special place
Oh,
in my
yeah.
heart because Mike
Yeah.
put that thing up on his wall from the YouTube
And then
comment.
fell.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe a C.
Yeah. I'd go for B purely because it's one of the more memorable episodes.
I was gonna go
B.
B, so I'll put it in B then.
B.
Okay.
All right. Again, the distribution, very beautiful distribution, boys. This is what we want to be seeing.
No gotchas yet. Oh well.
Virtual stupidity.
Meh or D.
I'll probably put it as trash. What do you reckon, Mike?
Oh
Or
jeez.
trash.
Okay. Wow.
You
I would
put
have
in
gone
trash.
I would have gone C, but
No, maybe meh, because I think
That's
on
a meh.
average that's a meh.
Yeah, it's a meh. Yeah.
All right. Returnal policy.
I don't know. I
Look-
like it because it's a dead joke.
This one alongside another one that'll come up. I don't mind it, but it's also like a joke that everyone made. So
Ah, yeah.
that kind of
Yeah,
like
okay.
knocks it
Okay.
down a little
Damn.
bit.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
Maybe
was going to
B or
say
C.
S. So, but given what you said, I'll probably say A now.
Yeah.
Yeah, A. Put in A.
Okay. A.
It
I
is a
liked
good
it.
pun.
I didn't.
Okay.
I don't think we copied it though. I didn't hear anyone else.
No,
say
I
it.
didn't think we actively copied it because I didn't hear that either. But
Maybe it's too obvious.
I get
of a
what
pun.
Swinny's saying. It is super obvious pun.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Avo.
I like
I love that one.
I
Yeah.
love that one. That's like an A or an S for me.
It's an S for me at least. I actually think this is one of our best titles we've ever
yeah.
had.
Because it's so fitting in what we talked about. And it was like 2 episodes ago.
I was
but-
struggling to come up with a title.
Yeah.
And then when we
I
figured
wasn't
it
there,
out,
but
it
I
was
still
like,
find it as
shit,
one of the
that's
funniest
funny.
ones. So
I reckon you put it in S tier.
it's probably an S tier.
Is
yeah.
it a Joe
Even though I wasn't
Jives?
there.
Is it a Joe Jives category, boys?
We can always
Are we-
adjust
are we-
at the
can we
end.
We can
put it-
adjust the S's.
We can
at
adjust
the
at the end, like the
Yeah.
top level if we want to.
Could we
Because
put
it
it
might
in
not
the
be any
Joe
Joe
Jives for now?
Jives.
All right, let's put in Joe Jives for now.
Oh, it's the first Joe Jives.
Oh,
Grand Theft Avo. Look at that. All right. Blizzard Team Juan.
I love that one.
So much. To me, this is Joe Jives.
This is
that's
also,
it.
I've got the PS5.
Yes, this is like we're talking about the different. I can't remember why we mentioned one, but
Because it was in Mexico. The developer or something was in Mexico.
Okay,
or the
okay,
team was based in Mexico.
Yeah.
I
and it
love
was
this.
Team
Juan.
One.
To
So
me,
it was
this is
Team
Joe
One.
Jives.
Yeah,
If you
Team
guys
One.
want to put it lower, then that's fine.
I agree. It's a Joe Jives one, man. Like, it's either S or Joe Jives. What did you think,
Yeah.
Mike?
It's Joe Jives for me. I think.
Okay, yeah, that's in there. That's in
Team
there.
One.
So I think maybe we'll rank at the end of this whole thing, maybe the Joe Jives and the S's.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then all the rest, whatever.
If there's anything
Joe
else that goes
Jives.
there.
All right. The big year in awards 2020.
Well, that's a meh because
That's a
it's
pretty
It's a
meh,
meh for
'cause
me.
it's-
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like
Ga-
those special
Game of the year
episodes.
2021, meh. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Pants down VR.
Maybe a C for me.
Yeah.
Maybe
I had
a
it as
B
a
if
D.
you guys like it.
I had it as a D. But...
C. C.
I'll put
Okay,
it
let's do
then.
C then. Let's do C. It's just not that like original or anything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, it's all Smash. Always has been.
It's very relevant for the fact that we were talking about Smash so much. I think that was the episode where we ranked the Smash reveals.
Yeah, we
I
did.
think.
Yeah. That was a good
So-
episode. I like that.
It was, but to me, the title's probably meh, even though I think
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had it maybe a
Could
D.
be.
What do you
D-
think,
D works.
Mike?
Probably D. Yeah.
Okay, D then. Hello, Egret 2.
Not a great title, but it
like
is.
that took
It
a
is
while
funny.
to come up with it.
Yeah, we were struggling.
Yeah, this is really struggling.
I'd probably put it in D or meh.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say D.
That's a D for me as well.
Okay,
yeah.
that's a D. It's a D.
We really struggled.
Basic bitch benchmark.
I like that, but I don't know if it's super high. Maybe a B.
Oh, okay, interesting.
B or
Yep.
C.
I was going to say trash.
Oh damn! Wow,
This
that's
is
that's
the one that we're split on.
wow.
right, then
What
you
you
guys say,
Mike?
on that one.
Meh or D then?
What did you say,
Well,
Mike?
no, I probably would have. I probably would have gone a B as well.
Oh, well, let's do
it's
C then.
Probably like
Let's
a
do
C
C.
then. Yeah.
The reason I like it is because it made us laugh in the episode a lot when we thought
Yeah.
he was going to say basic bitch man.
Crinkle cut shortage.
Probably D for me.
Yeah,
Good
pretty
pun though.
meh
Good
for
pun
me.
or whatever.
Yeah, maybe D because it's
D.
I like puns. All right, D.
Yeah.
We're actually blazing through this way better than I thought we would, to be honest. Ubisoft is discless.
D or meh. Like it's a good little pun because
It's one of those dad jokes that's like there's dad jokes that are like dumb, but you're like
Yeah.
it's kind of funny.
Well, we're
this is
like-
like the
we
bad
hope-
one. This is like
we
the bad
hope-
one.
We hope someone misreads it kind of joke, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
And probably a D for me.
D, and then I said, man, what did you say, Swinny?
I said D.
Okay, D then. Lusty Mike.
This is not my favorite episode that has the word Mike in it, so I'd probably put this as a D or a
We
meh.
should do that. We should do a tier list just
mini
of the
tier list.
mics. Just the mic reference.
I think there's
two.
only 2 or 3 of them.
There's Minute Mike.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you say,
There's
D?
another one. I'd say D or meh.
Mike?
Yeah, probably a D.
D. I was going to say D
Yeah.
or Meh as well. So, Power Wash Thruple.
I like that one.
I like that. I'd put that as a C or a B.
Yeah, I was going to say B.
B.
B,
B then.
B.
Yep.
All right, Minute Mike.
That did start a whole
Yeah.
segment.
So it's got some
Gravitas.
importance.
But I'd probably
Gravitas,
put it
yeah.
in D or C. There's the
I was gonna
other
say
Mike
C.
one that I like more. C
Probably
works for me.
C. Probably yeah. Yeah.
All right. Do you slowly?
This goes like A for me.
Yeah, A.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost S, but I think I love Paul Keating way too much. So it actually looks awesome with Joker, like his face as well. It's like kind of perfect. All right, cool. Even Steven.
probably a D for me.
D. Yeah.
I was going to say C, but I'll put it in D.
Cool.
The rawness.
Meh for me.
What?
I don't even remember it actually.
I don't
Like,
remember this
Cannot
one, yeah.
remember why we.
I think it's trash, man.
If you can't remember
Put it in.
then
You can
it's-
put it in trash. You can put it in trash.
Yeah.
It's a shame because this is the sextress episode, isn't it? Episode 69. That's the special,
Yeah, it was.
right?
It was. Episode
Yeah.
69.
How do
is
we
trash.
fuck up the title on episode
Damn.
69? We can't do that.
Unless
every
there's
episode
something
again.
about the raw.
I mean, we did at least. It
Forgot.
kind of links to it. It's just not a great title.
Damn, that sucks, man. That sucks. Tis the season to be gloating.
Oh, I'm still a little annoyed about you on that episode.
What?
It's gloating. In fact, I can't remember why, but it just kept gloating the whole episode.
I was right about something, obviously.
Yeah, but I'd say
I'll leave it
D.
in. I'm not leaving it in C, but I'm just putting it down for a second because I actually want
Yeah.
to check what the hell I was gloating about.
I think it might have been an awards.
Predicting
maybe
shit,
the
right?
Game Awards or something.
It's definitely predicting stuff.
I think maybe the first Game Awards we covered.
Which I think is funny in that sense. So it's at least a C for me.
I keep getting it right in terms of my
Yeah.
predictions.
C, you can leave it in C.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to. Hex code hash
I love
three
that.
Oh,
B
yes, I love
four
that.
six
Yeah.
nine.
And I
six.
remember it. I remember why. That's why it's so good. To me,
This
that's
is an S.
It's an S for me as
It's
well.
an S
an
or a
S.
Joe Jives for me, but yeah, well, let's
Yeah.
To
put it
me,
an
S. To me, S.
Yeah.
On its own, it's
So
not
memorable.
good enough. That's probably why it can't be that Joe Jives level. Like
It
Blizzard
is-
Team Juan, Grand Theft Evo, yeah, it's not that tier. Quite.
It is the epitome of us creating episode titles just to pop ourselves.
Yeah, this is where we don't give a fuck about the audience at all. Monopoly, the Battletoads of board games.
Look,
I don't
it's
remember being on that one.
that was the second.
This is the
I can't
third
see, it was the
episode, third.
Third episode. Look,
Oh.
I like it. We couldn't do that title these days; it's too long. But that was the episode where we covered the Contra board game.
Yeah, and the audience started to hate us.
Oh,
We got so much hate for
fucking-
that shit.
I'm still so pissed about that. It's like they're expecting us to give a fucking an hour podcast on just the
People came after us, Mike. This is when the algorithm didn't fully hate us. So
yeah. Well, C for me.
yeah, I'd say C. I like the idea. I think I like the concept still of Battletoads and Monopoly being on the same level.
It's
right?
not my favorite early name. There's
no.
that's still
No.
going.
How about you, Mike?
Well, I wasn't really part of it, so.
But just as a title,
as a title, probably like an E.
an E. That's not even on there. All right. You want me to
Well,
downgrade it to D?
there is an E in Meh.
Should I
Yeah,
put it
in D?
D then? Yeah, fair enough. I'd still like the idea, but I don't think the title's great. Losing Control, episode 5.
Trash to me.
Yeah, it's shit. All right, trash. Low physical strength.
I do remember this.
Was that talking about you taking people on? I can't remember who it was.
I don't remember it.
We were saying like some audience, some group of people had low physical strength, and I can't remember why.
Fuck, man. I'm trying to remember.
Probably
actually.
a B, just because I don't remember the exact context, but
And we had
it's
Peter
memorable.
Dutton on the thumbnail. I know we're not judging the thumbnail, but
But yeah, that one got tanked from a YouTube
Oh, yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
I remember that.
look, to me, C or a D.
Is it something about our resolutions?
I don't know.
Because I got like Ring Fit on here.
maybe.
Maybe it's got something to do with that.
But no, you were definitely saying like the people that would be taking you on have low physical strength. Like I remember the context, but not who it was that you're saying that about.
Shit.
Anyway, I reckon C or D.
Yeah, okay. C then.
C.
Crank It Up.
That was probably our worst episode ever, so I put it in trash.
Okay,
wow.
it's trash done.
Okay.
Amazon
Personally-
Fire Stick Bro.
What the F? I remember.
I remember
the episode, I
this.
just don't remember why we called it that.
I'd say it's like meh.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah,
meh.
probably a meh.
Okay.
We're getting through
I'll
it.
be in the shower
we're
and I'm
getting
like,
through it,
oh,
like,
that's why we
especially
called
through
it
this.
that. That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Harvest Mike.
I love Harvest Mike because I just for some reason I don't know why we called it, but it just I just
Because he was reviewing. He was
I
reviewing.
was
No.
reviewing, yeah.
no, I know you're reviewing Harvest Moon One World, but I'm like, why do we call
Because
it
Harvest Moon,
Mike?
Harvest Mike. So
It's like so stupid, but I love it. So
It's
this is
stupid.
like
I love it too, just because it's stupid.
this is
So
to me
it's
like
an
a B.
I had it as a C, but you want to put it?
Then
B?
it's a B.
B,
Yeah, it's a
okay,
B then, yeah.
cool. E3 2021 Volume 1.
Okay.
Meh. Like all
meh.
the ones we
Yeah, I put it
named
as meh.
nonsensical things. Meh.
Yeah, all the
Volume
SEO
2.
more friendly ones. Meh, fuck this one.
Meh.
Well, with E3, it's like you want people at a glance just to see it was a E3. You know?
Yeah, whatever. Inside his core.
To me, this is like a B.
It's probably a B.
I say C.
Fuck, it took a while to come
I
up
could
with
go.
this one.
I know we did
And the
struggle.
things we went through.
I think
to
it's like
to get to it.
smart that we got there, but it's not funny in itself.
All right, put
No.
in C.
Oh,
And it's
okay,
probably only
okay.
funny because it's recent and because I remember how long. it
Also,
took to
we
come up
struggled to come up with it, so it's
with it.
like
We really struggled with that episode.
the Sakurai rule.
I like this. I like this. I
like it as well.
B for me.
Yeah,
So
it
Mike
is
was
B.
saying that there's Sakurai
Yep.
rule that he can use copyrighted footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it as a
So
B.
it-
Yeah,
I'll
back
do
to
it.
the inside his core. I think we spend the most time on that title out of any single title,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's C tier. Bots back on. I think I,
like
know what
this.
this is about. I think this is
About
was it?
you putting the bots back on to like monitor the PS5.
PS5 to buy one, right?
Ah,
Which
yep,
led
yep,
into
yep, yep.
the. Oh no, this can't be. Oh, it's because I was buying it for my sister. That's right. The bots had to go back on.
I think it's like a B, maybe.
Mike.
If you go.
Yeah, probably a B.
Yeah, I had like B or C,
C,
so that's fine.
yep.
All right. Bastion in the hammock.
I love this is so stupid. Episode.
Was this because I was playing Switch in the hammock, or where did this come from?
Remember
You
that.
were. You were playing Bastion in the hammock. Like I know. It's,
Yeah.
like, yeah. But it must have been on Switch.
To
Can't wait
me,
for
this is
summer again
this
to
is
do
a
that.
C or maybe a B, depending on what you guys think.
It's a B, probably.
I had it as like
nah.
a B or a C.
Yeah, probably.
Put in B.
It
Yeah,
does
okay.
make me laugh.
Yeah, probably more
the
of a C,
yeah.
the wording and the way you say the words as well. There's something.
rolls off the
funny.
tongue really
Bastion
well.
in the. It sounds like you're doing something in the hammock. That's what's like quite funny about it. Todd Howard Rebirth.
I do find this a bit funny.
This is like an A for me.
I'm happy to put it A because it's got
B, but
it's
yeah.
got a mental,
All right, let's do A.
visceral image in my head.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. Sans Souls.
This is probably a C for me.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe a D.
I had
if
it
you guys don't
stronger.
like
I had
it.
it stronger. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had it. I was thinking.
Oh,
B.
if
I had it
guys
like
don't
A or a B.
Oh, I
Yeah.
put it in B then.
B for me. Yeah.
Okay, B. Okay. I think it's clever, the title. That's why I like it.
Short.
Who's
easy.
next, Jenny?
What? Is this a really early one? When?
Yeah, 18.
So-
Episode 18. Yeah,
Okay.
episode 18.
Mike, I think this was your first official one because you talked about getting the next gen PS5.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
you were. Yeah. You were backed
So-
by
So
popular
Bloody-
demand.
Like I remember why we said Jenny.
Because next gen.
Because it's next gen.
I know. I get
But that's
that
it. That's
part,
the
but-
only reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
D, maybe a C.
It's like yeah.
I would have had it as meh, but
All right,
It's
I'm
a D
happy.
then.
with-
do you want to do D?
All right.
Yeah.
Short list, the ultimate.
Maybe D for me.
Yeah.
That is C. What do you think,
So,
Mike?
D.
D. All right, let's go D. All right, we're getting there. This is we are really actually getting there. Like most of these are in now.
Surprising, actually.
All right, let's go, boys. Half mast.
It's the thumbnail that
The thumbnail's great.
with Bruce. So it's hard to separate it. I actually think this is like a C, maybe.
Oh, okay. I had this as more
Between
like a
a
B. Okay,
Yeah, B
maybe
as
B
well.
then.
B,
Yeah.
B, then all right.
All
It's a
right,
memorable name.
the clocker.
Oh, fuck this title.
It's also got the other alternative title, The Last of Us Part 1.
All right, C.
No, I was
C
going to say
for me.
D, but what are you guys saying?
C. Only because I can remember.
You're saying C?
It's one of the episodes that I can remember what we talked about on the episode purely because of the name.
I don't think that should be the driver of it.
It shouldn't, but like at least it's like, oh, okay. It made sense to name it that. Whereas
Okay.
with some of these, I'm like, why the fuck did we name it Jenny?
And by the way,
why? But
I'm not trying to like leave ones behind. I'm just grabbing at stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
yeah,
Banana pig. I have
like
no
Banana Pig,
idea
that's
why we
funny.
call this banana
Meh,
pig.
meh.
Why would
Why?
we call this banana pig?
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
This is only episode 91. This wasn't even that long ago.
what's in the thumbs? Because I can't see the
91?
thumbs at all.
We did have a bit of a break, so it's longer than you think. But,
Okay.
What's the thumbnail? Because I can't see shit.
It's
It's,
Over Rogue,
Over Rogue.
and
Over Rogue.
Xbox Game Pass.
I put this as meh.
Yeah, I put this as meh. I put it
Maybe
in trash.
Maybe it's trash.
It's
Yeah, put
trash.
it
Yeah, fuck
Can't remember
trash.
it.
Well, it's probably some really funny
But
reason.
I love the name though,
But
banana pig.
I just. Oh, so you love it? Oh, so wait. Do you
no,
want to
no,
put it in
I love
trash,
the
or-
name, but I don't really love it as a thing because it doesn't
This is just August.
speak to me about what the hell it was.
Why did we call this banana pig?
I'm going to go listen to that episode.
I have
Yeah.
literally no idea. What.
Now I'm like, it's gotta be a B purely because it's driving so much conversation.
I'm like seriously.
Move it up to meh. Move it up to meh.
It's at least a man.
Well, it's a man for until
fucking remember.
yeah, maybe we
Until we
verify.
decide what it is, it's like,
a big
oh,
promotion.
it's a Joe Chives.
I'm going through the stuff we talked about. It's Donkey Kong, the game, like 1994, Over Rogue, Xbox Game Pass Family Plan, Steam has got like Joy-Con support, Near Automata, you know, the Secret Door.
Some good segments on that show.
Really good
And then
segments.
wrap
What's
up.
that got to do with Banana Pig?
I'm like, I have no idea why we said like I can't find any references to pigs or to bananas or to banana pigs. It's so weird, man. I literally might need to
Maybe,
watch that
yeah.
fucking episode.
If this was like
It's doing my head in, man.
a year ago, you'd be like, okay, you
This
can't
was like a
remember
couple
it.
of months ago. 7th of August this year. Fucking
I
hell.
just tried searching in our like signal chat, and I can't even see it there. So it might have helped me give some context, but no, it's not.
Why did we call this banana pig? This is like a fucking mystery.
All right, I think we'll solve
All right,
that
I'll
next
check
week.
it later. I'll check it
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
All right, money losing making machine.
I love this.
And I love how I just said that. I got to give myself props for how I perfectly executed that grammar.
I think this is A tier for me.
this
Yeah.
might be like S tier for me, but
Probably
Maybe
S
Joe
for me,
Jives.
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
S.
I meant S
Yeah.
rather than A. Sorry. I
oh,
forgot
okay,
we-
yeah, straight up.
Yeah,
S
yeah,
tier.
yeah.
We can come back to these ones.
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
come back
yep,
to
yep.
them.
Top ones we can look at.
And I love that I actually said it properly. I won't try to say it again. Hot tub esports.
It was funny at the time, but now it's probably like a D.
C.
I was going to say
maybe.
trash,
C
but
for me.
maybe
Oh,
D
okay,
then.
So then it's a D then.
Put in
Yep.
D, yeah.
Yeah. Crank that. And how do you say that word? Mayor.
Crank that Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Crank
Crank that
that
Mjolnir.
That name
But that had one of the best thumbs. I love
combined with the
thumb.
thumbnail. No, I
Yeah.
actually really like this episode title because it's just like it just worked perfectly
Yes,
with
it's-
everything.
So I
To
did an
me-
AI thing for this. I did for like a lot of these ones,
Ah.
but it only just had Mjolnirs. That was it. It was like
Oh,
nothing
cool.
else.
I mean,
So what do you guys say?
maybe B or an A for me.
yeah,
I had it as
probably
like
an
a
for
B.
me.
So
B-
maybe A
B.
then.
An A, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
A.
did you say B?
Wait, what did you say?
Chuck it in
Swan?
A. Chuck it
A
in
is
A.
fine.
It's an
Chuck it in
A.
Yeah, it's an A.
One win for the swin.
Top of the A tier. One win for the swing.
No, one win for the swin.
One
One win for the swing.
Episode
I think that's when I got a game declassified as an RPG.
Yeah, and you're like, that's one win for the
yes.
swin.
I like that though. I really like that.
Maybe
That's
C.
Oh shit! I just
no, I
dropped
reckon
it by
it's higher
accident.
than that.
I had it as B.
To me, that's an
B
A.
then.
But okay,
I think B.
Okay.
okay, B it is then.
Yeah, you
That's
said
an
A,
for me.
B, and then C, so
Yeah.
that roughs out to B.
B.
Next level sneaky.
Probably a meh for me.
It was funny at the time, and then now it's like, eh. Yeah,
Yeah,
meh.
meh.
It's meh for me. How about you, Mike?
Yeah,
By the
it's an
way,
A.
listeners, we are a video game podcast. Join in next week.
Listeners, who? What?
Readers,
We do
readers.
actually get like 100
Yeah,
something people
readers.
like listening to every episode. It's fucking crazy. Giant thick links.
This is funny to me because it's just I brings
This
up
is
the memory
Valhalla,
of
I know.
yeah.
I can't believe I
riding
know
around
this. This is
But I
in
don't-
Ireland, right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
in
I can't
Ireland,
believe
yeah.
I remember that. That's so fucked up, man.
in the DLC, but it's probably like a D for title.
Yeah.
I never liked this title. I had it as meh.
D.
I'll put it
Okay. So it's
It's a D. It's a D then, yeah?
D. D,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big for wig. Big for wig.
Oh, I think this was in the era when we were putting the titles in, so I think we weren't caring as much.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Back for Blood, so this is probably a meh for me.
Mike?
D.
Yeah, it's a meh for me.
Okay.
I like cables.
Fucking Y2K game. Fucking hate that game. I can't remember why we said why. I like
I know. I'll probably put this as a meh or
Just
D.
That's
seeing
a meh,
that seeing
yeah.
that dude on the thumbnail gives me PTSD. So meh.
BBGBs.
Oh, that game was horrible. Don't
Yeah.
whatever you do.
So what
don't
are we
let
doing?
go in the
What are we
C
doing?
That's a meh.
Meh.
That's a meh.
Oh, meh. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Nasty by nature.
I can't remember why. I think that was just
Yeah.
Mike. You went on that show.
No.
It's weird. I can remember that
Yeah, how do you remember
think-
that?
because I remember us talking about. I was talking about Elden Ring. I think for the first time.
No,
Maybe
Mike was
not.
on this episode.
He was.
Yeah, episode 74.
I'm wrong. Then.
Elden
Okay,
Ring,
I was
Elden
thinking-
Ring. We're talking a
Oh,
lot
I
about
was thinking
Elden
about.
Ring.
I was thinking about something else then.
Brick
Okay.
Tales.
Correction.
Not sure why we said nasty by nature. That's a very in-joke.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't remember why. Which
Yeah.
is bad
Anyway,
because if you don't
put
remember,
in
it, then it's a bad
trash.
in-joke.
Trash. I was going to say meh.
Trash.
What do you reckon, Mike?
It's a meh. It's a meh.
All right, it goes to meh.
It's
Bottom
got a
of
good
meh.
ring to
Bottom
it.
of meh. Sweat destroyed phone.
This story.
The story's good. I say the
But
title's
maybe
like a
title's
C
good.
for me.
Yeah.
All right. See.
But yeah,
Mike?
probably a C. Between a B and a C, so C.
Yeah. Like the story is super funny. The story is like
And it's
S tier.
true.
Lion cloth.
Lion cloth. I fucking remember this.
Good old hungry box on
That's
the thumb.
That's probably a B for me, just because I remember it.
I know it's like a C.
See.
Okay.
See.
So
See.
C then.
Okay.
Yep, C.
All right. Peak Mario.
That's 3D Land, isn't it? 3D Land. We're talking. That's peak Mario.
C.
C for me.
Yeah, C. It's probably even a D, but we'll leave it at C. I think you both said C. Metroid Mania.
This was another
like the
one
name.
of the hey, put in a title before
Yeah.
the show, and we just didn't change it. It's probably a D for me.
I say
Maybe.
trash just because it's like
Maybe a meh.
I don't think we had a good
Oh,
Dread
damn.
title, and it's like Metroid Mania. That's the best that we could have done. Fuck.
It's still alright. It's got a good ring to it. D.
All right. So what did you say? Meh or
D. Put in D.
Okay, put in D then. Xbox bedroom activities.
I like this one. To me, this is like a B.
Yeah, I had it as a C. Like I like the story and stuff. I still remember the story and stuff. Mike.
Probably a B.
All right,
Yeah,
B then.
B.
OLED Astray.
I like this,
I like
but
the latest stray.
this, but
I
this
like
to
it.
me,
Yeah.
like to me, this is like
an
a
A.
B
Oh,
or whatever.
I had it as an
wherever we
A.
play-
I had it as an A.
To me,
that's an A for
but,
me. Yeah.
no, but my reasoning is
Yeah.
wherever we place it, I think it gets moved a step down because I said it full well knowing that I'd seen it read somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's a
sorry,
B
I'd
then.
seen it written somewhere else.
It's a B
yeah.
then.
okay.
Yeah, so
I didn't know
that
he
makes it
did
a B
that.
then.
I
That's
had
a trash
prepared-
game.
Came up
That's
with it.
trash.
I had prepared that. I said it on the episode when we said it. I said
All right,
that's
it's a B.
joke I
I had it as an A, but I
Alright,
think
it's a
let's
B.
knock it
Still
down to a
good.
B. Huge pitch.
To me, it's like an S.
That's an S for me.
That's an S.
It's an
Yeah.
S. It's a huge bitch.
That huge pitch. That's a huge pitch. E3 2021
Ah, meh,
Volume 2.
meh.
Meh.
That's
Meh,
a
meh.
meh, 'cause
I almost feel like putting some of those
Volume 2.
into trash because at least some of the other ones were like anyway. Hills Hoist Cowabunga Collection.
One of the most stupid
I
things.
still find this funny. I don't know why. I probably
me,
as
it's
an
like-
A.
Yeah, A works for me.
okay.
What do you
What were
reckon,
you
Mike?
gonna say?
No. I don't have one. I don't think I was on that one.
No, I don't think you were.
Oh, okay,
So-
72 then.
Yeah, A it is.
Yeah.
All right. Something about it. It is still very funny. There is
That's
something.
another-
It's hard to grasp why it's funny.
That's another episode we could think of for ages, I remember. And we're
but
like,
it's actually funny. Like some of the ones where we've overthought it and then going, "Oh, that's a great title," and it's like,
I've
eh.
thought like 90% of these.
Yeah, well, yeah. We've spent like hours on these show titles, like cumulatively. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. All right, Gosoy 2011
Ah,
finale,
yeah, it's a
meh.
meh. Yeah.
Illogical logic.
Probably a D or a
This
meh.
one.
And this is one of our worst performing ones.
Oh
because
yeah,
of
I think
bloody
having
bald heads.
Phil Spencer and Jeff Bezos.
No,
on your
Phil
thumbnail.
Harrison. Phil Harrison.
Phil Harrison. Sorry, apologies. I say D or meh. What do you reckon, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a D.
D.
D. CDPR's GDPR PR problems.
To me, it's probably like an S.
Yeah, it's an S or a Joe for me.
Oh yeah, it's an S. Let's just put it as S and we'll evaluate it later. Having a look at the number of the titles, I feel like we didn't spend as much time in the early days thinking of the titles, but we've got like way better ratings for them. It's kind of crazy. Life is awesome.
Probably a meh for me.
Mike?
No, it's a C.
Oh, I had it as a meh as well, so maybe a D.
Okay, so it's a D maybe.
D,
then.
yeah. Man of Principle. Episode 80.
I do remember that very clearly.
I remember
so,
that. The Man of Principle.
To me, it's like a B because of that.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a C, but maybe
Mike's
you say
saying
B.
he's a man of principle for not buying like games from certain companies.
Mike is the last man
B.
of principle, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making babies with strangers. Episode 16. We're just really trying to blow up the audience here.
One of the best stories, like my mate,
That made me laugh.
my Fable co-op making baby.
I still remember
achievement
it. I still
story.
remember it.
That was yeah.
I say a B.
I love that one. It's at least a B.
I think it's a B.
Okay.
The weird part is we'll talk. I was like covering. Was it My Life at Sandrock? And I just started talking about that story for some reason in the middle of a news segment.
Goose of Tsushima.
I quite like this.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Did people make
I've-
this pun?
Yeah, so I've
Yeah.
seen like there's people who've drawn like a goose as thing. So I
Probably
think
say
it's like a
A.
B.
That's an A, but
All right, A.
A.
Yeah.
I actually had it more high. I had it as
But-
maybe even an S, but I didn't
but
realize we didn't. come up
Unlike
with
those
it.
people, that was like that was a flub that came up with that. It wasn't like us.
Yeah,
making
that's
that
why
joke.
it kind of
Yeah.
makes me laugh. Chocolate Generation.
Yeah, meh. Or trash. Maybe.
I'd say trash for me.
trash.
Yeah, put
I
it.
hate this title.
I know you hate it.
Time Poor.
Tom.
Story wise, it's like Joe Drives.
This is like an A for me.
We need to do a lore.
Like
Okay,
best.
I'll say this right now. If we get to episode 200, let's do a lore tier list where we come up with like the lore of the show and we do the tier list on that.
That's where that wiki comes into play.
Because
You can have the law-
the time poor shit was driving me nuts when Mike kept on saying, I'm time poor. Doesn't have kids, doesn't have any responsibilities, doesn't have nothing. I'm time poor, I'm time poor.
All right,
Where are
A,
we putting this?
A.
Mike?
Okay. Yeah, A is funny because I do
I'll
remember
put A.
it. So
I was going to say B, but A, B, A. Getting dacked.
I like this. I think this is like a B for me.
Okay. I had it more like a D or a meh.
C. I had it just.
All right.
Maybe
C
C
then.
then. C.
Yeah.
It's too clever. It's too clever. So
I know. It's too Aussie as well.
Yeah, so DACT is like getting your pants pulled down, and then the analog DAC, digital to analog converter, DAC. So it's it's probably not so bad. But where do we put
It's
it?
actually pretty good. Yeah. Maybe I'll move it up to a B.
Maybe a B. Do you want to put it to
Now that I
B?
think
Ah,
about
yeah,
it, I
B,
think it
yeah,
deserves
B.
We
at least
talked
a B.
ourselves into
Yeah.
it. Episode 4, Cybertruck is essential shopping.
Yeah, I love this one. This is my favorite early one because it's the most. Indigot did a whole comparison using the Cybertruck of how many analog pockets analog could sell, and he did a whole.
It was pretty good analysis. Yeah.
Yeah. And
This
the
is back
Cybertruck's
when we
not
were
out yet,
almost
is it?
like, no, it's not.
The fact that was like the episode 3 or
Analog
4 or
pockets
something.
have come out, and
Couple years
Cybertruck
ago,
hasn't.
yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
People whinge about the analog stuff.
I think this is like a B for me, or at least a higher up.
I think it's like a B as well, or an A, because
I
it
think
also
A then.
represents there was a crisis with essential shopping and the pandemic and stuff, and it's like a funny
Yeah.
way to look at it.
Hey.
All right. 13. I have the power to end it all.
I quite like this one. I quite like this
I had it
one.
as like a maybe a B.
I think B. Yeah.
Mike? B?
Uh,
No?
B. B.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Xbox Land. So this is episode 68.7, which was an amazing coincidence. We're up to episode 68. Then Microsoft announced this year that they're buying Activision Blizzard King for $68.7 billion. And we were going to do a midweek show, which we normally half-tied, like 0.5. And then I was saying to Swinny, we have to call it 0.7.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
that is,
which is why I love
for
this
that
one, yeah.
reason, it's like an S
It's
for me.
really good. Yeah, it's
but I can accept lower.
It's at
I
least,
think this is. I really like this because of
Yeah.
that. I think S as well.
yes.
I think because it's
And
technically a part of the title.
But I
Yeah.
also like This Is Xbox Land because it reminds me of like, isn't there like a Yachty Indie song that's like titled something like that, or am I thinking of another song?
This is purely Swinny's views. I have nothing to do
Hey!
with him saying about
It sounds like
fantastic. One of my favorite artists. I listen to. I can show you my Spotify playlist.
Hey, I've seen Yachty Indie
All right, let's
live.
move on
thank
quickly,
you very
please.
much.
Let's,
I saw them
let's-
live.
I don't want to have any more slurs. Sometimes things suck. Speaking of Swinny, sometimes things suck. Where are we putting this?
I need to know. I need to know.
Where'd you put it?
No, you guys figure it out. One second.
Wait, no, come on. We got to get on with it. Come on. It's,
You guys can do it. I'm done.
B?
Why am I waiting? Why are you waiting?
yeah, I had this is like.
I'm
meh.
thinking something else.
Sometimes things suck.
Probably D.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
So wait, you said B. I said man D.
That's
So maybe D.
it's a D then.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
can't
we're
find
right
the
at the
song.
end. Holy
I
shit!
can't find the song now. I just fucking bigot.
Yeah, you are a bigot. I'll chop this up for clips later. We're only got 3 more left, boys.
Huh.
Pink IKEA.
I love pink. It's memorable, but
I think
is
it's
it
probably
that
like
high
a
up? Probably not.
I think it's
A
like
B.
maybe a C.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
that's so
B for me.
funny, man. I had this as like a B in my head, and I always
me.
felt you defended it more, Swinny.
No,
Yeah.
I defended it though from saying it was a bad title.
It's a B.
It's a good pun. Maybe not the greatest
Maybe
episode
B.
title. All right, B.
Because Mike was talking about his pink eye from
It wasn't even a pink eye, damn it.
which was related to our toilet story. There you go. Maybe
And
scrunching is a better
and
strategy.
He was talking about going to IKEA.
Yeah. Metaween.
Meh for me, maybe trash.
I'll say trash.
Yeah.
a meh.
Again, this was another
It's
one in
kinda
that
like,
era where we're like,
yeah.
put it in before the show.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and look at like there is a pattern there because 54. Where is it? Yeah, 54, 57, 58 are all in trash tier.
Yeah.
Last one. Peppa Pig Metaverse.
It's funny because
like
I
that
hate
name,
because
yeah.
I hated the game so much when I actually played it.
I thought it
Maybe a
looks
B,
awesome, the
B.
game,
It's a B for
but
me,
it's a
yeah.
shit game.
Maybe B.
I had it as an A. So wait, what did you guys say? B.
B.
A, B. So it's B, yeah?
Yeah. All right. Well,
Awesome.
let's-
Wow. So this is the first card.
Damn.
This is the first card. This is cool.
Now let's do it all again.
Now let's order in each one. No. Maybe we can do Joe Jive's S and then do we bother with A? Maybe just
Nah.
the strong ones for A.
I
maybe?
think we look at, is there any in A that we actually want to move up?
Promote, yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do that
start
now.
with
Let's do
A's
that.
to promote the A's
Well,
potentially.
Do we
Yeah.
want to just like firstly do we want to just like make sure that all the S's are S's? Do we want to just
By the
do
way,
that
I
quickly?
can't actually really read the titles.
No,
so
I'll
can't
read it.
read
I'll read it. I'll read
Wait,
it.
I'll be right back. I'm just
But-
getting a drink, some ice cream.
What did he say?
He's disappearing.
Just kidding.
I'm here busting to go to the toilet. I'm holding on, Mike.
All right. Do you want to? I'll just run through them and just make sure that
Yep.
they're so. Joe Jive's tier at this stage. Grand Theft Avo, Blizzard Team Juan S tier. A Souls inspired Souls like hex code Ash, 3B 4696. A money losing making machine. Huge pitch. CDPRs, GDPR, PR problems, and this is Xbox Land. I think they all are like S and above. S and
I
above. We
guess.
can talk later
Yeah.
about do we
Someone would
promote
almost
S and above.
promote.
Do we all agree
Yeah.
first?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Okay. Let's go through A. Let's go through A.
Yep.
We won't order A, but let's like see if any of these should raise up to S or
Are
beyond.
we going to go through the whole rest of it or just these couple?
No, just A, and then we'll go.
Okay,
we'll
okay,
go.
okay, cool, cool.
Then I'll go back to S to go, should any of these go up? And then
Yeah,
we'll
right,
order
okay,
Joe
okay.
Jive's. All right,
Cool,
so I'll
cool.
go through the A ones quickly, just if any stand out and it's like, nah, this has to go into S. All right, can't go to Joe Jive's. All right, here we go. Miles Rick Moranis?
I reckon move that up. I love that so much.
Don't think so. What do you think,
not.
Mike?
No.
Did
Okay,
it not
but it-
screw you up for months?
Let's put it- let's
You
put it at the
went to
front.
go read it?
I'm now ordering them. I'm putting it at the front.
The impact of that alone.
It's Swinny. It's at the top of A tier. Like, it's doesn't have. It has a few weaknesses once it gets off the level. Right, the edge guarding's too strong. A counterfeit amiibo card divorce.
Still leave it.
Nah, it's
All right.
fine. 7 wet nurses.
Leave it.
Returnal policy.
Leave it.
Do you slowly? Almost promoted for me. Almost.
Yeah, move it up, man.
Maybe move
Mike?
it up an A, as in move
It
it
is-
at the front of A, or move it up.
Nah, we're not ordering like for the A tier.
I think it's better than
okay.
Miles Rick Moranis.
Yeah, move it up.
Move
it
to
All
up.
right, it's
S.
up. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Todd Howard Rebirth.
Yeah, leave it.
A. Yeah.
Crank that manure or whatever. Fuck, I
Leave
can
it.
never say that.
Oh, near.
Heels
A.
Hoist Cowabunga Collection.
Leave it.
Yep.
Goose of Tsushima.
Yeah, it can stay.
Time
Demote
Poor
to B.
and Cybertruck is essential shopping.
I'm gonna leave
I think
them
they're all
for now.
fine.
Yeah, they're all good.
I think this is fine. I think this is good. All right.
Yeah.
Now, let's go through the S's again.
Mm-hmm.
Any that should get promoted to the best tier. So we're in S tier
Well,
right now.
The first one, Souls Inspired, Souls Like.
No, wait, hang on. Just wait. I'm promoting here. I'm trying to cut some tape here, man. So S, what's better than S? Joe Jives tier. Joe Jives tier. That's the best tier. So let's go through the S's and see, should we promote? We've only got 2 Joe Jives tier at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. S, a Souls inspired, Souls like.
Move it up.
You move it up, yeah.
I'd say keep it, but yeah, I'll push it
move
up. I'll push it up.
Move it up.
Yeah,
The
it's one of
law.
my faves.
Yeah, I don't think it's as anyway. All right, let's go through it when we go to Joe Jives. Hex code Octothorpe 3B4696.
I'll keep it.
I'd keep 'em all.
Keep for me.
Yep.
Money losing making machine.
Yeah,
Keep.
I'd be fine with keeping the rest of them, to be honest.
Oh, well, don't get it. Don't
just
jump
wants to
ahead
go
here. You just want to
B.
piss.
I actually thought that's what you said, and that's why I said keep them all last time.
No. I literally said, do not talk about promotion. Just should we keep them?
Well, I really love the
Track this out, aren't you?
CDPRs.
Dude, we've gone through does it matter at this rate? Yeah, don't try to fucking railroad me here. All right, huge pitch.
Keep it.
Is- as is for me.
Move Odyssey to number 1.
Move Odyssey to City PRs, GDPR, PR problems. I say promote.
I would say promote. I love that one. Yeah,
Oh, wow,
that
okay.
was
Promote it
fun.
then.
All right. This is Xbox Land.
Keep.
Yeah,
I almost that feels like A tier. I don't remember what I rated it. Do you slowly? No, that's
keep.
fine what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna drag this over here. Okay, Joe Jives. So we've only got 4 in Joe Jives. So let's rank them all.
Oh gosh.
The 4 are Grand Theft Avo, Blizzard Team Juan, a Souls-inspired Souls-like, and City PRs, GDPR, PR problems. Is there any contender that you just... what's the worst out of these 4?
The worst,
I say Souls-inspired Souls-like, but what do you guys say?
probably the GDPR one.
Yeah, probably the GDPR one.
Oh, you say that's the worst? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
So
the
they can
worst
stay
in the
this
Joe
spot
Jives
there.
tier.
Yeah.
In the
The
Joe
less
Jives tier.
great.
Okay.
The less great one.
Yeah.
All right,
so-
and then what's above that? What's third? I had Souls inspired.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, so then we're
They're probably almost in the right order.
wait. Okay, now we're up to is the best title of the show that we've ever had Blizzard Team Juan or Grand Theft Avo?
It's got to be Blizzard Team 1.
I think it's Grand Theft Avo.
I feel like even though Team Juan was a joke I made, I actually think Grand Theft. Yeah, I think Evo's funnier.
You surprised me to God. I thought you'd be
Yeah.
on the 1 team.
No, I like the one, but the thing is the
What,
Avo.
the 1 one?
No, but the Avo one is actually too perfect. It's like my mom stealing an avocado, basically.
All right,
And it
that's fine.
Worked out
Yeah.
absolutely perfect because they had the leak that
that's
week.
good. I
for
like
Grand
that
Theft
one.
Auto.
How do you know I'm
Yeah.
not doing like a
Oh, yeah,
dodgy,
that's
like-
bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking
Reverse
Skyrim and
bullshit.
Dark Souls?
I think about that every now and then
Bastard.
because I think if you do that with Elden Ring, I'm actually just gonna say fuck it. Elden Ring's the game of the year for us. What's second? Second isn't the new game of the year for us. All right. Oh, that was really fun, boys.
That was really good.
Wow,
yeah.
I can't believe
Happy
we
with the
did that.
result.
So now I'll read
less than
every
an
single
hour,
one
right?
out in order.
Okay,
Our listeners
so,
can't believe we
trash
did
tier,
that
let's
either.
sort them
Or
out.
0 of them.
Let's now save it and then.
Make that the thumbnail.
All right. Well,
Oh, wow.
that's it, isn't it, Swinny?
Yeah, that's it. Because we had no idea how long this was actually going to take, so we kind of said, well, we'll just not bother with like a long outro and just end the show. But it's been a great 100 episodes, or 100 plus, because we did some live reactions, we did some 0.5s and that 0.7 or whatever.
Yeah, we've done 3 of those dot episodes.
Really fun. It's kind of crazy. But my favorites are still like when we get to like Game Awards season and stuff, where we could just like play like prediction games and things. That's like one of my favorite things about doing this show, is when we get to do that kind of stuff, because it's just fun. So
Yeah, it kind of actually makes me think, like, going back, it's almost like we probably should have done, let's redo all the 100 episodes again. Like, more features. We were doing so many features early on, and then we became, like, so big on the news that it's almost like, I don't know, there's something there. It's quite funny, actually, just reflecting.
well, it was also in an effort to try to keep the show under 2 hours consistently, so which we've generally been pretty good at in the last, like, I don't know, number of months. And stuff.
We've been more disciplined.
So, but also it's like we've moved the features we used to do at the end of the show, like reviews and impressions, we've moved that to the top of the show.
Which
so
I think makes more sense.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like a special feature, even though we kind of section that stuff off a bit more. But
It's
any final words about the 100 episodes you guys want to share?
No, I think it's a good exercise. It was quite funny just reminiscing on some of the episodes as we went through the ups and downs, highs and lows, and everything like that. It's funny how consistent we all are. Like episode 2, talking about analog, right? Still talking about
Still
analog.
talking about it.
And also
So
the Amiibo stuff was really early as well. And then obviously your insanity with achievements is like never wavered, never changed. You go back to those episodes, you were just like an Xbox that was talking. So
Yeah, and we've got to have a special 100th episode for Mike when that hits. We've got to figure out how many episodes he's been on.
well, what was it, episode 13
official 100th.
that he started? And
No,
you
but
missed
then-
one
then-
episode as well.
yeah.
And then the missed ones, yeah.
The missed ones. It's like, okay, he's currently
Only
on
did
like
80.
83 or something.
So it'd be like 114, I think. It'd have to be
Something like
episode 114. Yeah,
Alright.
and you missed one, so technically, Swinny, we should do the 100 celebration for you next week.
Yes, another tier list.
Yeah, let's do lore tier list.
A tier list of my thumbnails that I like photoshopped using the Bigwig characters. There we go.
Oh yeah, we should do every single thumbnail we've ever done.
Oh god! Oh my god!
Maybe not next week.
Get it? It's actually unbelievable that we've got like 500 plus.
Oh my god!
That's so
All right.
insane.
Well, next week, look, I'm probably going to try out Plague Tale Requiem. The only thing is I haven't finished the first game, so I don't know. Like, it's not on Game Pass.
no more.
Yeah, so I can't just go and beat it. But I might still just try it out. But I'll probably only play the first couple of like areas in it, and then maybe just wait to finish it. But I kind of just want to try it out. And plus, it's a Game Pass game, so I kind of have to. So,
Well, I've got Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
woo, nice.
So yeah, I'll be getting into that. I have pre-downloaded Persona 5 Royale.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I keep on saying Royale. I mean Royal, right? It's Royal.
Royal Edition.
You
Yeah.
can say Royale. That's
I always say Royale.
Royale,
They should have
eh?
called it that.
Persona Royale
Royale
with cheese.
Yeah, Persona Royale with cheese. I
We
felt
both
like
made the bad joke together.
let's call the episode Persona Royale with cheese. Yeah, Mario, Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, and then there's just so many games coming out, and I've got to clear my deck for God of War Ragnarok when that's going to come out in a couple of weeks' time. So
Got anything planned for next week, Mike?
Witcher.
More Witcher.
Pump
Witching
that
away.
baby out.
the Witcher.
I hope you can one day get to Skellige.
And I want to
Hey,
finish
spoilers.
Deathloop, actually. Yeah, spoilers.
spoiler.
I am actually
That's also
there.
lore.
Land in
That's-
the
that's-
world.
already land
Spoiler
there
is
for like
lore.
Spoiler.
Spoiler is lore as well.
time. For the 5th bloody time, after spending 100 hours each time, I finally landed it.
You got to tell
again.
us. You got to tell us who you end up who you end up choosing out of the love interests.
But this is a spoiler now.
I don't even remember who I
I
started.
didn't say their names.
I didn't know there's love interests in this game.
It's
Yeah.
The Witcher. It's one of the horniest RPGs you can possibly.
Oh, I
get.
didn't know.
Yeah, there's a character called Roach.
You keep on ruining it.
That is.
I'm going to press to stop the
Actually,
show.
I
hope-
probably
I
shouldn't
hope-
spoil it.
I
but
hope you choose Roach.
choose
as a love
Roach.
interest.
All right,
Roach
all
is
right,
probably
don't-
the best
don't
loved interest.
say
Yeah,
anything.
when you
It's
play
a horse.
it.
Oh, I thought you were going to end before saying with the S sound. It's a horse.
All right. Well, happy 100 episodes, and
Happy
thanks
100,
everybody
yeah.
who made it to the end of this. That I congratulate you, and
Thanks for putting up with it.
say
Adios.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.